has to be Gnome top. And they'll try to go for a game where New York Nutbusters doesn't ban out Hecarim round 1.
I do fear that Hecarim will be permabanned.
If Hecarim is permabanned, then there's almost no reason to play Mason. Just because, like, Mike plays Viego, Kindred, and, like, all the other carry junglers. And playing Udyr into a carry jungler, if you don't run that jungle early, oh my god. Just imagine, like, running into a Kindred level 5, she's got 2 kills on Noon Quiver, trying to contest Scuttle Crab. That I do not wish that upon my worst enemy. Unless
Yeah,
the worst
it'd
enemy's name is...
be very rough.
Yeah. So, I also, like, Prio has a lot to do with that, but still.
I could also say, even if Hecarim is banned, I don't think that Mason just is like a complete and utter one trick. Like I could see him playing Viego, I could see him playing Kane, Udyr.
Mason plays a lot of good stuff.
But
I just feel like Mike has a greater understanding of the carry champion pool and how to play around that. And Mason's the only wrench that Mason throws in is either Hecarim or like Zac. I guess Ivern as well. But when's the last time you saw Mason on Ivern?
Yeah. Champ's still good. He could still pick it, but looks like we do have the first draft pulled up here. Ooh. And you were right with Thomas being mid cam jungle Nom top, so that's a good read.
Interesting. Noam has Seraphine in only single cap letters, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, but I find the first pick Soraka to actually be very interesting for NYNB for Mimi.
I feel like it's a good pick.
I think Soraka's a solid pick. I think it could expose like flaws in the draft, I guess. Like it could be punished harder, but with the Seraphine Caitlyn response on R1, R2, just handshaking, like long range poke, I think that does open NYNB for like a good just carry, like a hyperscaling champion like the Twitch that was locked in, which I do favor this bot lane towards NYNB. I would have liked to see Metabusters maybe try like a Nautilus lane or Leon, just any engage lane into just blind pick Soraka like that, but
I would have personally liked to see Ashe Seraphine. Like, Garrett and Kathy are a very good weak side or overall bot lane, and having Ashe Seraphine for long range engage and a great lockdown would have been great with their core, which is, Sejuani Pantheon Rumble.
Yeah, I'm not sure I like the Caitlyn. I think if that Caitlyn was either the Ashe, like you said, or a more hyperscale, like just matching Enchanter hyperscaler bot lane and going for something like a Jinx or a Zeri or an Aphelios. I'm not sure how well Garrett plays any of those kind of champions, but I assume I think his Jinx is pretty good. But I'm not sure about like his Aphelios, but
I will gas Garrett up. He is my goat.
Yeah, no, Garrett is the goat, but Aphelios is a tricky champ. Most people are known for their Aphelioses, so but I think if they pick something like that over a Caitlyn, I could see the Caitlyn being like a exploitable part of the draft, I guess, because you want to play Caitlyn in a way that's like strong side, but at the same time, it's like into Soraka Twitch with like a Seraphine, so like they don't have the CC engage, I guess, unless you land the double root with Seraphine. But I think it can work.
It's good.
It's decent, but
I feel like Noam has looked at the patch notes and has very hastily decided to pick Caitlyn.
Yeah, that one headshot less or one shot less for a headshot. Yeah, pretty. I mean, yeah. Followed by the Katarina on 3. Blind Katarina, very, very egotistical for Dave.
I feel like this is a mistake for Metabusters. Dave is very comfortable into Katarina. He'll play into almost anything.
Yeah, very, very bold, I guess. But, I mean, I think that Pantheon's
a good response.
Is good, very good. Good at matching the roams with ulti and also being able to shove the wave before matching the roams. I think completely outlanes Katarina if played right. Has a better mid-jungle 2v2 with no matter what jungle you pick. Pantheon's just better with mid-jungle. I really like the Pantheon response.
Well, you can't go wrong with point-and-click CC, which sets up the Sejuani as well. And it sets up the Permafrost on top of that.
Yeah, I agree. And something that we did forget to talk about was the bans. You know, New York Nutbuster banning Echo, Hecarim, Lulu makes sense. New York Nutbusters, they thought they were fighting, or even if they didn't think, they just want to make sure they're walling out Mason with the Hecarim. Cam is way too good at Echo. You're not allowed to not ban Echo versus Metabusters. And then Lulu for Kathy. I like the Lulu ban, just covering, especially if you want to first pick the Soraka like that, just get rid of the other Turbo Enchanter. I like it.
And I actually have it written down here. Handshake, Kathy, Lulu, Mimi, Soraka. They thought about this.
I believe it. I believe it. They did. That is a smart ban. And you know, Metabuster is banning out Mike's Rengar and Kha'Zix. He'll never play Rengar. It's just not allowed. Yeah. And Kiana ban for Dave. You know, banning out like the assassins. I think Kiana is better in a fives like setting compared to Katarina. So I do like the prioritizing Katarina bans. I mean, Kiana bans over Katarina. And if their plan originally was if he picks Kata to just slam Pantheon, I think they executed on that draft very well. Which takes us into round 2 bans, since we talked about the first 3 picks for each team. New York Nutbusters banning out Kane and Ivern. Very obvious that they think Mason's playing, or at least want to box out the fact that Mason could play. Just want to take away all of Mason's champions. I'm completely fine with it. I think it's pretty smart. And Metabusters banning out just 2 tank top laners. Maokai Flex jungle, but Mike's not the biggest Maokai enjoyer. He'd probably call it boring. So I think these are both really just trying to lock out Russ from being able to play a tank top lane that's like good here. And Poppy is like okay into these champs, so it's like they're okay with giving away the Poppy eventually, especially with the blind pick Rumble. I think Rumble is completely broken right now, and especially with an AD mid laner, Thomas picking Pantheon. I really like the Rumble. I think this champ is so OP. They have the Seraphine Rumble ulti combo. They have, you know, Pantheon point and click CC, which is less valuable, but you can link that into Seraphine ulti, linking into Rumble ulti. Their Wombo combo team fight's nuts. You know,
they eat up everybody. If they can get a lockdown on either the Twitch or Katarina early and get some resets going if Pantheon builds Dustblade, I can see this being a very disgusting team comp.
Yeah, I think their team fight on Metabusters is just disgusting. I'm not sure that I necessarily like the Poppy response to Rumble. Rumble tends to really enjoy playing against tanks. You know, you can just stand in their face, and there's not any dashes really on Metabusters that was showing. We had Pantheon and I guess Caitlyn net, but overall, not a huge fan of the Poppy. Would have rather seen maybe another tank come out. I see this is where the Ornn Maokai bans really does box out good champions.
I would have liked to see Malphite here.
I mean, into Rumble, it's like, I mean, I don't know.
You're not playing for lane already, right?
Yeah, you are not playing for lane unless you want to ego something into Rumble, but egoing something into Rumble is... that champ's OP. I don't know. You can't ego anything.
I don't know what
that champ's not balanced. I don't know. Don't ask me what you pick in a Rumble. Renekton, I think you're supposed to pick Renekton. You're good at Renekton, but I mean, it's not even good here because then you have no tank and you need Mike to play like a tank jungler. Mike's not picking tank. That guy is slamming Rek'Sai R5. Boom. He doesn't give a no cursing on cast. He doesn't care.
On it.
I love it. I love it. Just pick Rek'Sai and slam it. Like, honestly,
I think Rek'Sai into Sejuani as well. That was secretly probably one of the best gold nuggets in the draft for New York Nutbusters.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, overall, and then saving jungle until R5, like, trying to counterpick Mike is a little crazy, but I mean,
flip jungle pool as well.
Yeah, so I mean, Sejuani coming out R5. I'm surprised you hold Sejuani for that long, but I mean, the way that in which the draft went, I'm honestly fine with it. You know, wanting your Pantheon on 3, wanting your Rumble on 4 blind, just so that you can make sure that I'm not sure if Russell plays Rumble, but if he does, deny the Rumble, and the fact that Rumble beats basically all the tanks that they're scared of Russ taking, so you just want to slam it there. I mean, honestly, I'm fine with it. I think both drafts are very interesting, but I think I favor Metabusters in this Game 1 draft just because of their lane assignments and their team fight prowess.
Yeah. I think I actually lean them slightly towards New York Nutbusters. If they can't find a Twitch or the Katarina when a fight starts, then their backline access is pretty solid. They can just run in there with Rek'Sai Poppy and immediately start a fight.
I think the drafts are pretty close. I could see both teams winning.
Drafts.
I could see both teams winning, but
Right.
I'm not sure how long we have until we actually get into the game one.
It looks like it's starting.
Yeah.
All right, the game's starting.
Here we go.
Good timing.
Amazing timing. Right. You know, props to Dean. Good backstage. He's the champ.
We love our caster. So, oh boy, we do like seeing Twitch start with Cole. As long as he doesn't get caught, he's going to build that up. And honestly, I do not see Kathy Garrett engaging onto the Twitch, so good pickup there. Just securing.
Especially not with the Caitlyn and Seraphine lane. It's definitely just a mutual handshake farm lane. I really like the Cole. I think Caitlyn could have also just picked up a Cole just to add one. But I mean, you are playing Caitlyn, so if you do want to try and pressure and curve into your items earlier with the longsword start, I think it's also fine.
I think it's fine, yeah. I'm looking at this bot lane, and I see nothing but farming happening unless Kathy finds double E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Double E into trap is definitely their gank condition, I guess, and any pressure that they can find in lane. I do want to see the Metabusters bot lane pushing and using their push to secure early objectives, especially with how weak Twitch is in the early game, and by an extent Soraka, both very, very scaling champions by nature. So I'd like to see Metabusters try and prioritize early dragons. Do see Mike starting topside, both junglers actually starting topside, trying to path into this bot lane. I find that very surprising. I kind of expected Metabusters to path topside, just into the rumble, and maybe use, because the fact that like for like a dive or something, because I think this Poppy is very diveable, but matching with Mike and just rolling out bot side, I think is also very good.
The Pantheon has already pushed into the Katarina. We expect the Pantheon to win early into this matchup. I do not see Katarina getting any sort of map presence until 6. And Gnome's just going to get a very nice trade onto the Poppy here. Poppy does get some health back from the grass at the end dying, though.
Yeah, just trading evenly in top lane. I don't expect too much action in the top lane. I kind of wish that Rumble took Ignite, but you know.
Huni in the LCK broadcast is crying his eyes out, seeing another Comet no Ignite Rumble, and
lots of early aggression from the Sejuani onto Mike. Mike might go fall down here. Has the flashes. Mess up the flash and die anyways. Katarina with the flash does manage to trade 1-for-1. Mimi does have first rotate on the Soraka, which is going to allow Pantheon to just leave. Good 1-for-1. I think that is very, very, very in favor of the Nutbusters, just because of the fact that if Katarina can secure this kill, oh, that's bad.
Just falls down, absolutely gets caught by the Pantheon.
Pantheon didn't have to extend Ignite either, which is probably the most important fact of that. Yeah. Not only is the double buffs exchanged onto the Pantheon, but also
we got more action going on. This
Mike
is such a bloody early game.
Remember, this Rek'Sai has no flash. There's no flash knockup, but they're baiting him into the Sejuani, going in with the Arctic Assault, and it's just passive proc, and it's over. Mike is gonna fall. An 0-2 Rek'Sai is not what you want to see in the early game. Really well played by Pantheon, baiting for his Sejuani to come back up and just, I mean, absolutely destroy Mike. Really unfortunate early game. You know, Rek'Sai's a jungler that really wants to get ahead early after finishing her first clear, and not only was she invaded, forced to burn flash, and still died, but she also just repeat dies without getting anything in return. Very, very unfortunate, but very well played by the side of Metabusters.
There is one silver lining, and that is Sejuani got 2 kills, so that Pantheon is not as ahead as he could be. I mean, that is a disgusting trade. Ouch!
He does have the Dirk, though. The Dirk is put in his inventory, so he's really as ahead as he needs, especially with the double buffs.
Yeah.
Katarina does look like she's going to be opting for the Divine Sunder build with the Sheen Longsword in her inventory. I'm not sure how good it is anymore. I thought they tried to nerf it, but knowing Katarina, she just plays Ultimate Bravery and they're all viable on her, so I trust I trust that Dave...
Oh, Garrett's gonna get caught here by the Rek'Sai, or isn't he? The trap is going to go down with the net, and oh boy. That is not just
mid lane engaging. We've got Dave looking for the solo kill on top of Pantheon. He's probably going to fall, except not yet, and Dave is just going to leave him on 1 HP and die. How unfortunate. That red buff ticking it's literally just a red buff diff on for the Pantheon. Oh my gosh.
Red buff let Pantheon fight for so long.
It did, especially with his Unbreaking Spirit, Pantheon Shield. I forget the name of it. Yeah. But allowing him to just kite towards his jungler, and it's looking like a rough start for the side of the Busters.
Something's happening in the jungle here. Let's see what's going on.
Pantheon does have 6, but he is quite low. Yeah, I assume that the call is definitely just to take a reset and try and look towards first dragon once Pantheon gets the reset off. Opts to buy a corrupting pot. Okay, he sold it. Okay, he sold it. That was first ever instance of somebody buying a corrupting pot, not as a starter item.
I mean, if you're that far ahead anyways, you know, you might as well push the advantage. So looking at these lanes, you can see a very sizable CS diff for Metabusters. I'd be interested to see what the overall goal... Oh yeah, up there. The Metabusters with 2k gold lead is very...
Looks like an engage here on Dave. Pantheon does have ulti and flash if they want to try and commit. Fight happening up on top lane. Rumble does have no ulti, but he's burning him down with the flamethrower. Flash is burned by both top laners, resulting in nobody gonna die, but heavy trading. I think that Poppy actually had kill angle with the ulti, unless that's a spectator bug and he doesn't have it, but, you know, didn't want to risk it.
Mana?
That is true. He might not have had the mana for it.
He might have not had the mana, yeah.
His mana bar looked, I don't know. He might have just underestimated his damage, maybe thought that he wasn't going to kill and didn't want to die. I mean, dying to the Rumble there could be catastrophic, so I'm very okay with the call to just back off.
I'm really liking the Metabusters aggression. One of the ways that you beat this New York Metabusters comp early is just by playing really aggressive and not letting them scale into the mid to late.
I agree, especially with the aggression from Cam in specific. The minion. Unfortunate. He had Ignite too. I think that would have been a kill.
Yeah,
but maybe we see a dive attempt. With that spear hitting and only needing one more stack, I think it might just be a dive attempt here into the Ignite. One more auto will do it. Trade 1 for 1 though. Shut down to the Katarina. Jungler's duking it out, but Sejuani is 6 here, is going to find the Arctic Assault, and that should be a dead Rek'Sai. Might make it to the Blast Cone, but nope. Gonna get whipped down by Sejuani.
Alright.
Yeah, it's about as a tragic beginning of a game that you could ask for a Rek'Sai. 0-3 against the Sejuani. This Sejuani is going to be so tanky going into this mid-game, especially with this Herald local gold. Might be close to a full item, just depends if she opts for boots or not.
Cam is piloting this Sejuani so well, man. It's actually beautiful.
The way that he's playing around the aggression from his Pantheon and just tracking Mike to perfection is... It looks disgusting. I couldn't imagine having to play against this. This is masterfully played by Cam.
I would be very scared of this Sejuani in this early game.
I would too. Especially if she opts into Heartsteel.
Oh god. Yeah, that one auto is going to lose once the Herald.
No! Exhaust comes down onto the Caitlyn. Rek'Sai ulti comes out. Do they have the damage? I think with the Twitch Ignite, yep. Okay, and can they get it onto the Seraphine? Seraphine has no mana.
Seraphine's just free.
Oh, but just enough mana, but it does not matter. Double kill for Will. That is what the New York Nutbusters needed to get back into this game. And accelerated Twitch is definitely the win con at this point.
One of their win cons is the Twitch getting ahead, and if the Twitch gets ahead, and this bot lane becomes
this Dragon Fight's about to go a little dummy. It looks pretty free for New York Nutbusters at first, but with the Rumble rotating down the ulti, Rumble does drop the equalizer. Rek'Sai is just getting absolutely toasted. But yeah, it's looking like a one fight from the side of New York Nutbusters. Moving, I guess it's just going equal. Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is really good for the side of New York Nutbusters because of the fact that Poppy is just free hitting top. That's going to be 2 free plates because of the fact that Rumble died. And now Rumble's going to have to make the decision if they're giving the dragon or if he's TPing back top, which I assume should be a TP back top, as Metabusters claim this dragon ultimately.
In the aftermath, I'd say pretty worse for New York Nutbusters. You do lose the dragon, and that's definitely not what you want, because Infernal Jake's nice for every champion in this game, but you know, your Katarina gets more fed and your Twitch gets an assist. I'd say as long as those 2 champions are fed in your team, you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I think the Nutbusters just didn't expect the Rumble rotation. I think that was the big turning fight because, you know, they did have that double kill bot lane that they wanted to turn into a dragon, but with the Rumble coming down and respawn timers ticking, ultimately, you know, sneaky little guy. Oh, this could be a potential dive on the Katarina. Lots of CC between these two
got a good response though, coming over at the button.
Yeah, with Rek'Sai showing, they're just gonna decide to call it off. I agree. I think it's too risky to go for anything with Rek'Sai here.
Yeah, 1 tower plate going down is not the best use of the Herald, but at the same time, what else can you do, right? Rek'Sai shows up. And really put his banner to work for that plan.
It was definitely a dive angle that they were looking for, but you know, Mike's there to cover it. You know, I'm not sure if the double dive. I don't think they could have dived both of them. So Mike is looking for a play on the Rumble. Bush is warded. Oh, but deciding to walk back in, which is gonna force the Rumble flash. Ulti coming out. Oh, is it gonna be a kill? Arctic Assault does go wide from the Sejuani, but Pantheon is here, so that ulti comes out.
Yeah, no, Rumble's gonna pick up a kill.
And it's just gonna be a double for the side of Metabusters. No Herald is up, but that should be lots of plates. At least one. Well, I guess Rumble is taking a base and Pantheon is opting in and chasing the Katarina. No ulti from the side of Pantheon, so it might be a little... She might be a little too far. She does have Flash. And she is going to get out with the combined efforts of Shempo. Let's just corrupt and taking.
As the dust settles, I like what's happened for the Metabusters, honestly. They're keeping their lead. 2k lead, still.
Yeah. Definitely trying to push their advantages. I like a lot of it. New York Nutbusters just feeling a little too confident on that top gank. They did get the Rumble flash, but with Pantheon coming up, I guess they thought that,
here.
Looking good. Pantheon might be able to just kite it out. Stridebreaker goes wide, so it's not going to get the slow. Unfortunate that the Stridebreaker went wide there. But yeah, as I was saying, I think New York Nutbusters, sorry, thought that maybe the Soraka ulti would have a little bit more agency in that top lane fight, and it just didn't provide enough for them to get their pick. And I guess that's just the wallet diff, because the Fed Pantheon and Fed Sejuani showing up really just put a dampen on their plans.
Can't really do much when you're face down with Radiant Virtue and Prowler's Claw at 13 minutes in the game.
Especially since Rek'Sai didn't have the Stridebreaker completed, and Poppy is still yet to complete her Divine Sunder. That fight was more just a wallet diff.
Yeah. Speaking of wallet diff, Sejuani's gonna come over here and make a wallet diff in the bot lane happen.
Arctic Assault does land on the Soraka. We're looking for a sniper on the
Soraka. The
Katarina ulti comes out is just huge. Katarina's looking for resets. Everybody's going to drop on the side of Metabusters. Hopefully they can just funnel this kill into the Twitch. Katarina's just
you'll take it.
Or sorry, Twitch is dead. I was looking at the wrong person. My bad. But yeah, Katarina is definitely the best person to give it in that situation. Really well played by the side of Meta Busters. I mean, New York, not Busters side. These Buster teams mess me up.
No, you're getting busted.
Yeah, I'm getting busted by the Busters. There's
so much busted. Oh god.
Yeah. New York Nutbusters really, that's a good play to try and find, especially with Dragon coming up in the next 40 seconds or so. That should allow them that one fight, to get all their first completed items.
Twitch picking up a Bladed, a Ruin King, and a pickaxe off that.
Very, very strong spike. Very strong spike. What I want to see from Nutbusters, though, is they need to just play the fight a little bit slower and wait for Soraka ulti and Twitch ulti to come up. These are like two very important cooldowns that are not going to be up when the dragon spawns, and I think they should just stall like for that, unless they want to fight on no Sejuani, no Seraphine ulti timers, because those are more team fight oriented, but I don't know if they have the damage without Twitch ulti.
Oh, there's another gank going on the bot lane. Rex IQ is going to go wide, and they're going to
silence into the root. That is going to be a pick, except Flash is out by Kathy, trying to buffer E, but it is going to result in death with Dave roaming down. This should be a free dragon for New York Nutbusters. No Seraphine means no Seraphine ulti, and I'm not sure if their team fight really will allow for it, especially with the Rumble at topside. They did decide to trade for the mid-tier 1 tower. Good idea by Pantheon to just push down the towers. Actually getting 2 towers. Insanely valuable. Rumble ulti does come out. Poppy is getting absolutely caught. Ulti does come out a little bit late. Rumble really down low, but Pantheon is there to cover if anybody is trying to do anything. Flash was forced out by the Caitlyn, but she's just going to get absolutely blasted by the Twitch. Will is looking like he wants to carry this game. Non-stop action in the topside jungle, going on top of Dave, looking for Katarina. Arctic Assault does go wide. Stun does come out though, and that is going to be a dead Katarina, unfortunately. Tried to outplay, did dodge the Arctic Assault, but at the end of the day, Katarina really doesn't like fighting CC, and I think the two between Sejuani and Pantheon have enough to layer it for days.
Point and click, you can't help play it, so...
Yeah. Not much a Katarina can do in the face of the Pantheon stun. I really like this Pantheon pick coming out into the Katarina. I think it was very, very smart.
I think it's very interesting that Pantheon has a Prowler's Claw.
First item Prowler's Claw is...
That is...
Definitely an item of all time. I think it's interesting. Speaking of interesting, look at those Sejuani items. Full Radiant, full Bramble, and a full Sunfire Aegis. That is... She's not dying anytime soon.
Enemy team comp does mostly 80 damage. Actually, with the Katarina going Divine Sunder, it's almost all 80 damage. Looks like Katarina's trying to pick up the Nash's Tooth, but right now against Sejuani, no one's going to hurt her. I honestly would be surprised if she takes more than half her health bar in an all-inning game. Speaking of,
it does look like the Katarina is like just gonna try and walk this one out.
Sejuani's on the flank. Sejuani's gonna get. No!
She doesn't have ulti up, so I guess they're just opting into not fighting this, just playing it slow. They didn't know who was where in the jungle, but I think they might have been a little bit too scared. They do have 2 full items on mid-jungle compared to the 1. They do just face check the Rek'Sai. I think that's just a dead Rek'Sai. Soraka ulti does come out, but Twitch gets picked on the backside. Unfortunate positioning, and he's just singled out by Pantheon, and it's just nice Seraphine ulti, but yeah.
It's just a slaughter, yeah.
It's just a slaughter. The team fight lives on 1 HP, and the Pantheon spear, call him spear shot, man. Yeah, this is looking rough.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have to call Costco Hot Dog 69.
But
yeah, the BM going in all chat as well. Look at that.
Not fighting. Really, I mean, the way that which these mid jungle from the side of Meta Boosters has just kind of spiraled out of control. I find that it's going to be difficult, but there should be a shutdown here on a Costco Hot Dog 69. Yep, especially onto the Twitch. Twitch is opting into Rage Blade. I'm not sure how good that is compared to honestly, just mythicless Twitch is very good. Things like the Bork into Kraken into Renan's Hurricane, builds like this, very, very strong on Twitch. But let's see how much work that this Rageblade can put in, because honestly, Will needs to step up. This is his game to basically try and salvage, I think.
So I have heard, oh, never mind, he does build the Gwynches. I was gonna say, I have heard whispers of building Rage Knife and just leaving it there. And then building a different mythic, or going mythicless even, until you hit your diff item. Because you can still crit with the Rage Knife in your inventory now.
Can you? I don't think so.
You can.
Can you?
It doesn't convert crit into on hit. Oh, we're going to have Poppy caught here by the top jungle, and the Poppy ulti comes.
Yep, ulting him out. Somebody block? Okay, or just a Soraka heal, juicing him up with the Moonstone.
315 health from 1W, so balanced!
But that will be a barren start. Health or no health on the Poppy. She does have TP, but without the ulti, I'm not sure how much value she can find. There is a skirmish Caitlyn walked up 1v1 versus Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai looking for the one-shot. Can he manage? He does. He also picks up the fight on the Rumble. Baron is just free hitting on everybody.
Oh, Katarina shows up as well.
It's completely turned by the side of New York Nutbusters. Nutbusters just got overconfident with that Baron call. They looked a little discoordinated, and with the Baron just free hitting on them the entire fight, they have no MR, no armor, and Rek'Sai is able to just one-shot both Caitlyn and Rumble. And now the Baron goes on the side of the Nutbusters. This game just completely turned.
With this Baron, there's a lot of standing gold. They have every single turret up on the side of the Metabusters, but as soon as those turrets go down, we're gonna see a massive gold swing.
I wonder if we're
already looking at only a 1k deficit from a almost 3-4k deficit.
Yeah, it was 5k before that fight actually, so they just swing the gold 4,000 in their favor, but still down 1k, and I guess it's time for just another team fight at this this dragon.
Rek'Sai went from not the biggest threat to an actual credible one-shotter on the side of New York Nutbusters.
I actually think this fight seems very favored. Flash comes in, just Caitlyn's probably gonna get one-shot. Caitlyn completely one-shot, no ulti for Rumble or Seraphine, so they're just gonna get shredded without their P5 ultis. This is what I was about to say before this fight started, but with no ulti on Rumble or Seraphine, they just have no team fight potential, and Katarina is able to pick up a quadra kill.
Aw, that is not who you want that money going to. That's not who you want that money going to.
Despite the ugly early game, Katarina and Dave are just popping off. Rumble is just one shot. This is going to be a lot. With this Baron empowered, I think that we're going to see both mid-tier 1 and tier 2 fall, and bot tier 1, most likely tier 2 as well. I'm not sure if they can touch into the tier 3s yet, but this has just been a complete swing, and now New York Nutbusters are actually up almost 3k gold. What a turn of events.
What is going on?
And with the shutdown, I don't think Katarina's based yet either, so let's see what Katarina's able to pick up. I'm she's going to complete her Ranulans and maybe half of another item.
Poppy just picked up 2 components. I'm scared about how much gold is. Oh, that's a Ranulan.
This Katarina might be waiting for a completed full item in base. Okay, just opting for the recurve though.
An 8k gold swing.
Absolutely insane.
This is a state of the game I have not seen in quite some time. That was an absolutely disgusting Katarina ulti in the middle of that entire team fight. As soon as that Nashir is finished, like, all this armor that the Sejuani has is worthless into the amount of AP.
Yeah, especially, I think that either Pantheon or Sejuani just must have used their CCs on something else, so when Katarina found the angle to dive, there's just nothing to stop her, and she just one-shot the entire team comp.
Katarina came in really late in that fight, actually.
Yeah, that's definitely how Katarina needs to play these fights, is just wait and come in late after all the CC is down and just try and absolutely run through the entire team. Very well played from Dave. He understands his champion very well.
He literally went from getting caught at the bottom of the Dragon Pit by Pantheon pressing W to going in after all the CC has been used on the side of Metabusters and shredding their team with the Divine Sunder is actually working big time. That Divine Sunder. Can we get an upper on it, actually? Oh, wait, never mind. We can't. We're going to have a fight here in the middle of the river.
Seraphine ulti does go wide, but TP is forced out from Rumble. TP also forced out from the Poppy in the Dragon Pit. Equalizer comes out. This should be a dead Rek'Sai. And Poppy looks potentially out of position as well. Rek'Sai might make it out, actually. Caitlyn is hitting. On the other side, Ardent Assault does hit the Katarina. Pantheon star calling in, trying to look for a one-shot, but Soraka is just proving her value right now, healing up everybody, but unfortunately the team fight ultis with the Rumble Seraphine just shredding them apart. Yeah, that is the problem with the Katarina. It doesn't matter how much gold ahead you are, if you manage to get locked down by this just massive CC chain from Red Team Draft, then it is very hard to play the game, unfortunately.
Unless just fighting a very good team fight, and hopefully they can continue this, because if they can't, you know...
What is happening right now is the concerns that I was trying to bring up in draft, where I think Metabusters did win draft just for the pure fact that I think if played well by both teams, it's very hard to execute like a Katarina Rek'Sai team comp into, especially when behind, but they made up the goal difference, but just like in general, even if they were ahead like for the entire game, I think the amount of CC on the side of Metabusters just makes it very, very hard to pilot these champs.
This game right now is on Cam and Thomas. The sub for Metabusters coming up huge in the mid lane.
Oh yeah, Thomas is having an amazing game. An amazing showing from Thomas right here. He was on Rift Sharks previously. I thought he was pretty good, but he was sticking more to like the Lissandra-esque champions. I wanted to see him on something with maybe a little bit more agency. He just slams the Pantheon and is looking amazing. Looking amazing.
Yeah.
I think the person to keep our eye on for this next fight is definitely going to be the backline, the Twitch Soraka for New York Nutbusters. I think the Twitch has completed his 3-item spike, which very, very, very strong Twitch that we have here. And while the Katarina is very menacing, I guess, very, very scary, if Metabusters are looking out for it, I think it shouldn't be as big as a problem with Twitch. It does look like there's going to be a flank engage for the Poppy. Poppy's going in, trying to ulti out. Who's he going to try and ulti out? He does get rooted, but the ulti does... I don't even know who he's playing out. That was weird.
There's nowhere lockdown.
There is no more frontline either, and actually it's looking like a one fight. Pantheon is trying to ult out for safety, and the pings are on Baron.
Oh,
is there one shot? Oh, the nice Rumble Equalizer. They're just getting shredded by the Equalizer in the backline. I think this fight is actually going to turn to the side of Metabusters, but they're fighting it out.
No, the Katarina!
The Katarina is... ulti gets canceled, but she is just one-shotting the backline. Can they stop her? She does kill everybody in the backline. Sejuani trying to kill the Soraka, but she's able to just kite out. Because Sejuani got a little greedy. Cam started chasing the backline instead of peeling for his carries. And with no Sejuani to CC out the carry, or to CC out the Katarina, she just runs a train on their backline.
Katarina finds the angle, and Sejuani does not have the Arctic Assault prepared to turn on the Katarina, so that's just a fight that's won by New York Nutbusters.
Very well played.
Very well played.
Dave is very good at finding these angles right now within this game, and with the gold that he has after finding all these kills, if he's not dealt with very promptly and very strategically, I guess, then I just foresee him one-shotting everybody and making this game very, very hard. But
that Randuin is pulling its weight in gold and then some, with the amount of damage he's taken in AD.
Absolutely insane that champ can build half tank and still one-shot my entire team, but I digress.
What's down to 2 now? What the hell is this?
With the D-Sunder, how much HP does this Katarina have?
It's not even about the HP. Look at the resistance.
The armor and resist, yeah.
It's just a stat stick now. And honestly, with how behind the Caitlyn is, you don't have a way to shred through that health bar unless Noam, drops the biggest equalizer in the world. And you can CC lock Katarina and the equalizer. There's your angle.
Yep, that's the angle that they're gonna need, because otherwise this Katarina might just be too tanky. 3k HP and probably like over 120-ish resistances of each. And the fight is being engaged on by Poppy. Poppy ulti does come out, but it's looking like both teams are just gonna play back for now. Oh, Rek'Sai does see an angle, but it is a 3-man Seraphine ulti into the equalizer. Each is going crazy. The Katarina's stopwatch. She's still half health, and it's just looking like the side of Metabusters is just getting torn through with this Twitch back on damage. Twitch is just absolutely eating them.
The Twitch went Omega on that team fight, dude, with the ulti and the board putting in all the work. Last Whisper was finished. That might have been the nail in the coffin that New York Nutbusters needed.
Yep, it's looking like New York Nutbusters is just going to start up this Baron, and with respawns coming up fairly soon. I'm not sure if they can end off this dragon, but they can definitely convert it into a dragon soul for sure. Which, I mean, it'll be spawning in 3 minutes.
Baron I'd like to see Poppy on the top side. I'd like to see them do 4-1 here.
I think
Poppy goes top side, they can pick up all the standing gold, and then...
it's looking like they're probably going to go for a 1-3-1 with Katarina and Poppy on sides. I think that's fine. I don't think that Katarina can necessarily die 1v1 or even 2v1 in side lane at this point with how tanky his build is. So it would mean that they would need to send 3+ numbers.
Oh, Poppy's overextended here. Oh, never mind. W is going to cancel Pantheon's only form of CC.
Poppy's never out of position.
Poppy goes where Poppy pleases.
She really does.
Alright. I do like how Metabusters are positioning right now, trying to catch this Katarina, but at this point, you're not going to. I think Dave is hip to the trick of getting caught in the side lane. With the wealth of experience he has.
Yeah, especially when you're like lane ganking through the minion wave and everybody sees you as Sejuani as you're like clearing out vision. Definitely no angle there.
All of Metabusters' vision is defensive right now. You can see that they have 3 wards in their own top side and then 3 wards in their bottom side.
Yeah, they definitely just need to lean towards their own side. I think the one out that they have right now is Katarina has no stopwatch Zhonya's yet. Fight looking like it's about to take place. Rek'Sai goes and gets the knocked up on the Rumble. Rumble equalizes. Very good equalizer. We have a 3-man Seraphine ulti. Can we get anything off of it though? No.
Just a disengage.
Just a disengage.
And they're actually chasing Sejuani here.
Yeah, is Sejuani able to get out? Engage onto the Rek'Sai, but does force the flash. Sejuani is able to base, it looks like, yep, so she'll go back to spawn. This Baron push is going to be brutal, but the Twitch siege might find difficult. I mean, just the difference in 80 carry items is a little hard to fight against, you know, 4 completed versus 2 completed. Yeah. Very, very rough.
Maybe I don't like the Twitch getting caught. Or not. Is Twitch fine? Oh,
I mean,
oh my god, that's a large chunk.
Metabusters is poking them down right now. Dragon spawns in 30 seconds. Rek'Sai's on the flank. But
looks like they're just gonna disappear into the river here.
Yeah, the Soraka is half health, and it looks like their entire team is just going for base right now. I'm not sure how I feel about that 10 seconds for Dragon. I guess they assume that they can just give it, maybe play for a post fight, which is probably the best angle. Just give them their second Cloud Drake, it doesn't really matter, and play for a post fight. Let's see if that comes to fruition. Rek'Sai definitely should not try to go for a steal. Sejuani does essentially waste ulti there. I wonder if there's going to be a re-engage attempt by... The Twitch is invisible walking up, but he's going to opt to go for Dragon instead.
I'd say Bola of choice for Dragon. Worth it. I'm not sure if they got Dragon bounty off that, but...
but there is a Poppy engage, but looking like nothing's going to come of this. I don't foresee much fighting outside of Baron. Or maybe just a pick in the jungle.
Sejuani's still very tanky as is. Without Twitch getting 5 stacks onto the Sejuani, there's not going to be much of a opportunity there for picking a champion with
that much armor and health. Yeah.
Where is that Showmaker? The copy pass stuff. 309 armor, 209 magic resist, knockup, Q1 1.5 second cooldown, dashes, shield.
Yeah, is he talking about Cassante or is he talking about Sejuani?
It kind of feels like he's talking about Sejuani with the way that Sejuani's been played, honestly. Yeah, would you look at that? 309 armor, 200. Oh, Sejuani's going to get attacked here.
I just assume that they're just feeling each other out right now. I don't foresee a big fight breaking out for about another minute.
Going on. Metabusters has been completely locked out of their jungle, so they're not getting any stronger.
Both teams definitely understand that this entire game is decided in roughly 1 minute when this Baron spawns. I think if either team aces the other at this Baron, they can just completely march down mid and end the game. So both teams don't want to just risk losing the entire game before Baron, so understandable that they're waiting.
Actually, it looks like they're going bot lane to try to push that wave in. With Twitch backing, they were gonna try to pull someone into the bot side of the map, and then hopefully find a 4v5 in the Baron pit, I think.
They should definitely just like concede all bot lane pressure. It doesn't really matter at this point, especially with the Baron spawning in 16 seconds. I think it's a little strange that neither team is trying to set up around this Baron like before it spawns, but
you can see the Rek'Sai and the Rock are rushing over. Oh, Flash coming out of the Twitch.
Oh, Flash forced out by Twitch. That is huge. That is enormous that Twitch has no Flash for this fight. That could be completely game deciding.
That's game deciding, yeah. We'll see how game deciding though.
Yep, they definitely just need to. Their priorities should be don't let Katarina reset and kill the Twitch because he has no Flash.
Katarina versus Pantheon trades are just like the most absurd thing to watch. Oh, we got a flame brewing here. Okay,
so I guess we're just gonna fight through up the mid lane. Seraphino, he does hit 3. His top does come out. Rek'Sai one-shots the Caitlyn in the backline, trying to. Oh, the Pantheon was on a reset timer. Yeah, this is just completely over. Yeah. Twitch is absolutely blasting through everyone. I guess Pantheon, like, he was just way behind the fight, and with Rek'Sai diving onto the backline, Garrett just has not had a chance to play this game.
Caitlyn getting caught, yeah. And then the entirety of the Metabusters had to peel backwards to try to save their Caitlyn, and that's the game.
Despite the horrendous early game that was played out throughout the beginning of the series and was looking very Metabuster favored, especially with some of their team fights, Katarina and Twitch just show up and decide, no, we don't necessarily feel like losing this game, and just play out of their mind and bring this game back, making it 1-0 for the side of the New York Nutbusters.
Alright.
Maybe we leave open some of Mike's champs and ban the Katarina guys. I think Katarina might have been a little too nasty.
We can see our key player, Mike, here. None of these champions came out in draft. I feel
Rengar got banned.
And then Cam's champion pool in the jungle, knopping out the Echo because he got banned. That's just unfortunate, really.
Yeah, Hecarim got banned too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that was a crazy game one, up and down. I thought that the Metabusters had that game on lock for like the first 20 minutes, then got a little sketchy, and then they showed that their team fight is just better. But I mean, ultimately, it just didn't matter. The Katarina just so tanky with that build, so disgusting, and managed to just create so much space for Will and Twitch to just completely free hit through their entire team.
In that last fight, the Rek'Sai traveled almost 3,000 units of the ultimate. With how hard the Caitlyn tried to peel herself off the Rek'Sai ultimate. And then with Rek'Sai in the backline, there was no backline.
I'm not sure. I think the biggest draft adaptation that I want to see from the side of the Metabusters is just completely dropping Caitlyn Prio. I think this champ is just, even though she did get buffed, I think she's still really bad. She's just more playable. But
She's
yeah,
fine
it
into the
just
champion
doesn't.
pool that Mike doesn't have.
Yeah, it also just seems like I don't know. I'm just not a fan of the Caitlyn priority in the series at all. I think Caitlyn should just be dropped for something else. And maybe uh, I'm not really sure. I also think that Mike's champ pool is so similar to each other and so wide. He basically can play all the carry junglers. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's necessarily worth banning out lots of Mike champions because Kha'Zix and Rengar were both banned on 1-2. I'm just not sure that that's the wave. I think maybe they should look towards maybe banning Will Twitch or Katarina
Yeah.
because even though personally I wasn't the hugest fan of the New York Nutbusters draft, I think they got exactly what they wanted, and getting exactly what they wanted is better than having a super OP LCS draft or like whatever. So
I think comfort played a big role in that game. I also think that if you are going to pick the Caitlyn, I would like to see a hard engaged support like
I agree.
Alistar or Leona. Not
I
necessarily a
agree.
hook champion, but
Especially
pressure.
with you have like Pantheon who's good at roaming with his ulti,
Yeah.
and Cam can just play for bot side. Because with a Caitlyn, you really need the Caitlyn to get ahead, and with like a 1-in-7 Caitlyn, I believe is what
That Caitlyn was
was
not doing
finished.
damage in any of
It
those
was
fights.
just she just felt completely invisible. It's very hard to play the game. So
We got the second draft here. Let's go. There's the Kindred.
so Metabursters
Oh.
decide to go to blue side, which makes sense. They did adopt the Katarina ban instead of the Kiana ban, which is fine. I think if you're going to do that, that's just better. New York Nutbusters just keeping their 3 bans completely the exact same. Hey, if it worked, don't try and fix it.
That Caitlyn pick is so BM.
Yeah. But I mean, Noam picking up the B1 Soraka. I guess Soraka is just the highest prio champ for both these teams. I think very good champ. Especially if
Did you
both
know
teams. Yeah.
that Kathy and Mimi, both their most played champions in Scrim Zone is Soraka?
I completely believe it. I think the champ is very strong too, especially because Kathy and Mimi, neither of them really are standout engage supports, like as opposed to enchanters. Like they definitely prefer enchanters to engage. So I think Soraka is just very, very good if you know that the enemy is not really going to pick any kind like engage most likely. So I actually like the Soraka priority. I think it's very smart. Responding with Kate Lux R1 R2
That is some ego.
that is ego and a half, and just like the last Caitlyn pick, I just don't think it's good.
I
I
actually
think
like it here.
I don't. I think it's so bad, especially blind. So
As
just
soon as
because of
I
the fact
see Garrett on Ezreal, I don't like it, but until I see Garrett on Ezreal, I do kind of like it. Lux
I don't
Caitlyn is
know.
a very stable draft.
I think Lux Caitlyn is very out of the meta for a reason, especially into something like the Soraka, who can play very far back, so she doesn't really get bullied by Caitlyn, and she can heal up Lux poke. I think Soraka fundamentally counters the Lux Caitlyn lane, especially with Ezreal being locked in, and now
I
there needs to be no interaction from the side of Metabusters, and they just outscale for free. So
I cannot believe that they gave Garrett Ezreal his
yeah.
signature pick.
Kind of crazy, kind of crazy. And, Cam on the Sejuani, I love the blind Sejuani. It worked so well last game. It just came up a little bit short with, New York Nutbusters getting every champ that they wanted. But, at
It's
the
in the
end of the
Kindred
day,
this time.
but it isn't a Kindred. Mike's Kindred is a menace on the Rift. This guy is nuts at this champion. If you saw last season, New York Nutbusters, he was drawing 2 bans every game, but instead of Rengar and Kha'Zix, he was banning Rengar and Kindred versus him almost every game. No one wants to fight this guy's Kindred, and it's also just a very, very strong champion in the meta right now. I'm not sure how well it will perform into the Soraka Ezreal core. I think it can be a little frustrating playing Kindred into some like champions that are that safe, but if there's anybody to be able to pull off a Kindred game, it would definitely be Mike.
Yeah, Mike is going to run this game, I feel. Because look at round 2.
Especially with these round 2 bans, banning the Bel'Veth. I'm not sure. Are they scared of top lane Bel'Veth from Nom? Does Nom play top Bel'Veth? Is he a
No one
freak?
plays everything, so yeah, he does.
That guy's a freak. But the Rumble and the Bel'Veth bans coming across, two more carry-esque top lane champions. I'm not sure how I feel in the
Does
Bel'Veth
Cam
ban,
play
but
Bel'Veth?
if he's scared, but Sejuani is locked. I guess they thought maybe they could flex it top. I'm not sure.
You can. No one does play top.
Yeah.
Cam does have 3 games of Bel'Veth on Scrim Zone.
I guess maybe they thought that Gnome could flex the Sejuani top, and Mike just called that if Bel'Veth gets banned, he can just carry against anything else. So maybe that was the call, and MetaBuster's just banning 2 tanks, dropping the Maokai ban for the Poppy ban, which...
I don't like that.
I'm not a humongous fan of that. I think the Maokai ban was better, especially with right here, New York Nutbusters opting in, just R4ing the Maokai. I mean, you leave it open, they're going to take it, so...
Fantastic blind.
I very much like that blind, and I guess their meta read was New York Nutbusters meta read was correct, because it looks like that the Sejuani was flex top lane with the Yone Diana 4-5.
I mean,
so
not necessarily. Diana could go mid lane.
I guess Diana. I forgot that champ plays mid lane, and Yone top. I guess. Yone. Would you really want to play Yone and a Maokai?
Noam is a known Yone enjoyer, so...
Okay, I guess Noam just said
we'll
Wee
see.
Ball. The Wee Ball inside of him burned brighter than the It's Sojover.
This feels like a good old-fashioned MetaBuster draft where you don't know which champion's going where.
Yep.
I do like the Orianna into this, though.
Yeah, the Orianna is pretty good into triple melee, because he knows he's going to be laning into some type of melee, but Yone can be hard for Orianna to deal with. Or Diana. Honestly, I'm not... As a mid laner who plays a lot of Orianna can struggle really hard into like the Yones and the Dianas of the world, because they can just get on top of you and just blow you up, and if they really want to and take Doran's shield, your poke doesn't mean anything in lane unless they're just getting super outplayed. So
Dave is going to have great ball control.
I also think that I actually, the more I'm looking at it, this Orianna pick I think is actually pretty grief, because he has no ball targets. Like, he has no Hecarim, he has no Leona, he has no Rel, he has nobody to put the ball on to try and engage with.
He has Maokai.
He does have Maokai, but Maokai plays more like a poke champion that's tanky with saplings and then ulting from years away. Like, Maokai really doesn't like taking a lot of brunt force damage, because like New York Nutbusters just have a very stock standard poke comp with Caitlyn Lux, Maokai, Orianna. Like, Kindred is an 80 carry, so I mean 80 carries are just gonna 80 carries are gonna 80 carry, I guess.
Are you saying that we're gonna see RFC Kindred?
Knowing Mike, no. Mike would probably tell you that is horrible, and I would agree. But
I would also agree. Let's get into game 2 for
getting into this game 2, yeah. So I am once again gonna favor the MetaBusters draft, but I could see the game going either way.
I actually do like the MetaBusters draft. I feel like they've gotten all the pieces where they want them, and I feel like the only angle you have for New York Nutbusters is if Maokai gets an Orianna ball, goes in, and you have Kindred to follow up on that. And
I would agree. And they did put the Sejuani top with the Yone mid and the Diana jungle. So I'm curious as to if Dave took armor or MR, if he thought he was fighting like a Diana and they thought like something like that, or if he took armor against Yone. Yone without armor can be pretty scary, especially with how bad Orianna's base armor is. She has some of the worst base armor in the entire game. It was the lowest at one point. They might have buffed it, I don't remember. But this Yone did opt for a Doran's Blade out instead of the Doran's Shield, which will make him more susceptible to poke. as well as the Ezreal doing exactly what I think he should do, and just starting tier and just saying, nothing's gonna happen in this lane. I'm just gonna farm up, which is
That's my goat.
which is also what Caitlyn is opting to do with the Cull. So both teams, both bot lanes, just probably agreeing. Not much happened bot lane last game. There was a like one or two. I think there was like 2 ganks oriented like around the bot lane, but they're just gonna farm it out. And I like the pathing from MetaBusters looking at this top lane.
Cam is going to try to make a difference top. I feel like maybe he even like tries to make a difference level 3 in the Orianna lane and try to get this Yone ahead.
Yes, I definitely think that mid lane will probably, just like last game, be the most important lane to be looking at by both teams. It just seems like the most versatile matchup, like the most volatile, I guess. The most volatile, that's the word I'm looking for.
Volatile's really good for you.
Yes, it's definitely the most volatile lane, and I do disagree with the Doran's Blade. I know I'm making a big deal out of this, but I think it's actually pretty important, I think Doran's Shield was second wind, and Yone just wins this matchup. But otherwise, I think Orianna, if she took Scorch, is probably very favored.
Well, now Orianna doesn't even need to take Scorch. She has the option of Gathering Storm, and she can still outpoke the Yone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
With that being said, I don't expect anything to happen in this early game, so let's play a game I'd like to call Do We Believe in the Caitlyn?
No.
Do we believe?
No, I hate it. I think that champ stinks. Guys, Scrim Zone, everybody. This is the first ever game of Season 6, which is awesome. But something that we need to not make happen is Caitlyn Prio. That champ sucks.
Oh my god, no. The kid's just going in on
this is just a Mike classic. This is a Mike classic. He secures the smite, and that's just going to be first blood for Kindred. That is nasty. That is a Mike classic.
Yeah?
Oh, I want to see this mid lane fight, but yeah, Kindred is.
Wait, Kindred isn't just gonna get out. That's the east.
Wait, she's gonna flip the wall. Malphite flash into the push, and that's just gonna be a double kill for the Kindred. I said if there's a reason why this man was never allowed to play Kindred last season. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's good, well played to Mike from that invade. Very smart invade. Nice pathing.
Nothing's gonna happen in the early game, I said. Surely nothing will happen in the early game, I said.
Surely. Clueless.
Well, we're going to get a Diana gank in the mid lane, and that's flash and a kill. So, the good recovery, I'd say.
I looked away for 1 second, and Orianna's dead. Yeah, you're right. But she does have TP, and the wave isn't going to be able to crash. She's not going to lose.
Oh my god, no way.
This Kindred
actually no way.
A little dummy, but
Diana's just going to go straight bot lane.
I mean, if they just prio on this Caitlyn, she should just die. Flash is burned, she does still have heal, but I guess there is no CC yet from any of these champs other than Soraka Root, which is very unreliable, so. But they do burn a flash. Burning Caitlyn flash, pretty decent, especially with the dragon spawning in 30 seconds. You know, tanks slapping each other top lane. Not much to say about that, but
you want to know why we're focusing on the tanks slapping each other top side?
Because everybody else was slapping minions.
Mid lane had backed, and bot lane was just pushed in, so there was nothing else to look at.
Yep. But I think getting Caitlyn flash, especially with no Ori flash, no Kindred flash, and no Caitlyn flash. No flashes on the side of New York MetaBusters on their carries, and MetaBusters has all flashes. So I'm actually really
I think MetaBusters early game has gone huge, even with the slight save in the mid lane.
But yeah, I think that MetaBusters are actually favored in a dragon fight if they opt to take one now, even though they're behind only 300 gold. It's not a huge. Yeah, it's almost nothing. But I think if they opt to take in a fight, especially if with no flashes on the enemy team.
Yeah.
No, Orianna cannot be flashed. Like Orianna ulti can't be flashed. If they just wait for 6 and try and fight it, maybe around Herald instead of first Drake, then I could see it just shifting really hard on the side of MetaBusters, despite the double kill on Kindred.
Missed opportunity. Both lanes had prio, but the Diana was topside. And now with the Mark in the topside as well, Diana's just gonna go over there and deny it. Kindred's probably going to predict that and go into Dragon Pit. Now with her lanes. Mike's lanes is pushing in. Yeah, they got the prio. Looks like they're gonna rotate over.
Yup. I just want to see this Diana Yone combo, like a Diana ulti into Yone combo, or vice versa, it could be either. I think is very lethal at this point in the game with no flashes. So I know I'm harping on this, but I think this Herald might be a huge flip in the next minute when it spawns. But New York Nutbusters are gonna, you know, use that prio that you were talking about and secure first Drake. Ocean Drake's pretty useful. It's statistically the best first Drake in the game for lane phase, so that's definitely nice to pick up.
Alright.
Okay, a little bit of trading going on.
We don't need to focus on this. We already know what's happening. Minesweeper 64.
Bro, it was Minesweeper Guy 84. Thank you for subscribing. Appreciate it.
I wonder, I might have an inkling of who that is. Is that you, Cody? You wanna, I don't have access to chat, but you wanna...
This is 8 months. I can see chat. He did say picking Diana Yone instead of Diana Yasuo is the most beta move possible.
I should work out Scrims on chat, you're not wrong.
That's true.
I think Diana Yone is better here for a AoE group kill. Especially since Yasuo right now, is Yasuo even good? I feel like Yasuo
I think Yasuo is...
I think he might be a little better now.
He's fine, but I think Yone is better.
You know Yone is better when he can go even shroudable items.
And that champ's turning into Katarina, bro. Just ultimate bravery.
Not necessarily. You can't build AP on that thing. At least there's that. Just
clueless. He's clueless. My AP Yone goes hard.
AP Yone!
My W shields, they're enormous.
That's
all I'm gonna say.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Yeah, I am surprised that First Herald was just completely seeded by Meta Busters. Mike on the Kindred able to just get in there and secure it by himself.
Because the fire they have, their lane control so far has been immaculate.
I mean, in matchups like this, it makes sense that they just have pushing lanes, but I think they're definitely, with the Orianna pushing and having no flash, like, she has it back now, but there was definitely a play to be made on the Orianna, but it just wasn't spotted, I guess, which is unfortunate. We're just going to keep scaling up. There's not really a meaningful gold diff. 400 gold is
I feel like Ocean Drake early has actually made the mid lane matchup so much harder to play for this Yone.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Ocean Drake early just means that any damage that you land on the Orianna, especially through her shield and stuff, it'll slowly heal up over time.
Just gets mitigated so hard. In terms of first Drakes, Ocean is probably one of the best out there.
Oh, it just is, without shadow of a doubt. It's definitely the best. Ooh, barely dodging that Lux bind. Almost eat into it. So Ezreal is opting into Trinity Force. I think this is incorrect in this game. Trinity Force excels whenever you're able to auto-attack a lot, but anyways, mid-lane fight is looking like it's just going to be disengaged on his side. Mike is going to flash onto the Diana, Orianna ball onto the thing, and that's just going to, the Arctic Assault comes out, and it's just going to absolute meat grinder. Meta Busters completely turned that. Oh, I did not expect that, but the Sejuani Roam completely flipped that fight.
The Yone Diana double
Yone Diana, I mean, their ulti combo, it's just too good. Ulti does come out from the Lux here. Oh, but there's gonna be a fight over here, but I'm not sure what's gonna come up in it. Yeah, I'm not sure that this is gonna work out necessarily with the Yone here. TP does come in from the Orianna.
The Maokai's going to
trying to kite it out.
Here.
Ori does have no ulti though, but Yone is in a very bad position and manages Q3 over the wall, so he did have flash as well, so.
I mean,
Sejuani is now the caught one. Just everybody changing turns for who's the one that's caught, but eventually they're just gonna back off, and you know the Sejuani is a little too tanky, so just gonna call the play off, which I agree with. Yone does need to take it back desperately. He has no TP, but he's just gonna have to accept. I think this is definitely a dive angle. I think this is 1000% a dive angle. Oh, okay, so there's a TP that comes up from Sejuani. Very smart TP from Sejuani. Just to make it so that dive is impossible, because if Yone lost all of that wave and died and lost like 4 plates, this Orianna would have been completely out of control.
You know, like, Orianna being down in gold right now makes it so that the dive attempt there is less likely anyways. They probably just wanted to give some gold over to their Kindred and
I think the TP was definitely necessary. The Yone was 1 HP and Orianna had ulti. If anything was landed by anybody, he was just dead, and that would have completely re-swung the gold back in Orianna's favor compared to the Yone. So
the TP is definitely very good. Lane? I'm sorry, I'm kind of freezing up because I can see that Metabuster is setting up for this Dragon here. They know that the Kindred isn't around. We're using the Scry's Bloom, so they're just gonna take it.
And they also know that Orianna wants to take a base. She was just funneled like 2 plates, but...
Yeah. I mean, pings go down, they know it's happening, but it's too late.
Yeah, it's the first Cloud Dragon, so ultimately really doesn't mean much. Chem plants do bloom on the Rift. We're Soul in the game, so Soul is less of a win condition now compared to if it were something like more impactful, but there is a top lane fight happening. I don't foresee anybody dying from this, but Soraka might be able to find lethal with Kindred coming up. If they need to funnel the kill into the Kindred, Soraka ulti is not going to be able to save him, and Kindred does secure another kill. Full completed Kraken, that will probably be enough after 1 camp rotation to maybe secure tier 2 boots, and I'm not sure how many marks the Kindred has. Just like going to be a solo kill onto the Orianna. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the Orianna-Yone matchup. It's really easy for Yone to find lethal on you, and he's going to lose a lot because of the fact that it was technically a dive with the wave pushing. Kindred is managed to eat up what she could, but Yone is going to be problematic, so Kindred does manage to pick up the full tier 2 boots and a Sheen though, so this Kindred is a problem. But the Yone decides to go first item Shiv, which I have seen here and there. I have no opinion on Yone builds. That champ one-shots me no matter what he builds, so...
I think he's trying to roam a lot with this Shiv, just trying to clear out waves. Oh, that hurt.
Match the wave clear with Orianna. I understand it.
Kindred going to get caught? Oh, yeah, Kindred.
No ulti from this Yone, but Kindred does have ulti as well. She did manage to get the ulti off. No flash on this Kindred, so Kindred is going to fall, but Orianna's going to have to flash, and that is a... Was that a shutdown? I don't think so. No shutdown. But, oh, nice flash! Nice pick! And the shutdown going to the Maokai doesn't really matter. And, you know, Caitlyn just being a terrible champion just does nothing. And Garrett is looking for this chase down kill with the vision plants. Q goes wide if he can just get it. Oh, failed flash by Mimi. That's so sad. Unfortunate.
Garrett might go finding the angle where no one else could.
Very, very well played by Garrett. That was nice. Full Trinity Force was completed on the backside of that. I didn't notice that Ezreal had that full Trinity, but...
I mean, turns out Trinity Force still a good item if you're ahead.
What I was trying to say before the like 5 fights broke out with the Trinity Force, Ezreal definitely... Trinity Force is better if you're auto-attacking a lot as Ezreal, and I think this game, with the fact that he's fighting Caitlyn, Orianna, Lux, Kindred, you know, lots of long-range champions, you're probably not going to be autoing as much as you are going to be queuing, and if you're queuing Essence Reaver Duskblade just does more damage. Or yeah, Duskblade just does more damage. Oh, Flash does come out, but he's slowed by the smite, and he might just get one shot by Kindred. Nasty, nasty champ. That champ does a lot of damage.
Pushed up too far. Has vision. I don't know if he didn't spot the Kindred. Maybe Kindred found a good tapping.
Looks like there's going to be a one-shot attempt from Cam, and oh, that Diana ulti is doing a lot. If you can just get one more E, you can't sidestep that, and that's just going to be another kill. This Orianna 0-5 having a rough game.
First tower goes over New York Nutbusters, but honestly, I feel like Metabusters is in very handedly the advantage in this game so far. Definitely
in the driver's seat, and even though that Garrett got caught by Kindred, got caught by Mike, they did have to exchange flashes, and Ezreal flash is much less valued than a Kindred flash, so that might come up in a fight semi-soon, especially with Dragon spawning in 3 minutes.
We love ourselves a good top lane slap fight.
Oh yes, these top lane fights.
It's so peaceful, you know. You can just talk over it.
It is. You know, they're like fighting, and I get to pretend like they're not fighting and talk about like nothing. It's awesome.
Maokai bought a even shroud. How do you feel about that?
It's looking like if we look at the Yone on the minimap, there might be a dive potentially on this Maokai. He does have very little mana, so. And Yone does have ultimate. Not sure if it's good. Are gonna call it off. And now this Yone is topside for Dragon spawning in 15 seconds. So
it's kind of like Dragon. I don't even know if Drakes get taken this game at this point. Oh my, the Maokai hard.
Dude, this Maokai literally he showed up to ball. But unfortunately, I don't think either of these players are gonna die. They might be lethal on the Sejuani. Okay, well, I mean, honestly, that is the best case scenario that Maokai could ever ask for. No Soraka ulti for this fight coming up. That is actually really huge, and Thomas does manage to go down. He misses his Q3.
Goes over to Mike and 5-2 Kindred.
Yeah, this is no longer a fightable fight.
That is a raid boss right there. I mean, if Diana's going back, yeah. I was gonna say if Diana can get a ult off and layer Ezreal ulti on this, I still don't have ulti.
Ezreal, yeah, no ulti on Ezreal. Yone's dead, but it looks like they are trying to do-si-do around this fight. Sejuani is coming. It will be a 4v4, but they're playing for post, but. Yeah.
I'm gonna get a turret up topside too. This is a huge
Yep, the Sedge coming down bottom to a fight that never was gonna happen definitely was not great, especially with the fact that Maokai now gets full tier 1. Maokai is pretty fair.
But actually, they might take it.
With Herald, there's a chance.
No, they're back.
Probably, yeah, probably not. Though. Just trying to steal all the Kindred's camps, secure that, secure the red buff.
I wonder how many marks Kindred run, because
I'm not sure.
I feel like this Kindred is a little bit stronger than usual.
Yeah, she probably has about 6, if I had to guess. I'm not sure if we have observers here to be able to figure that out, but
Trinity Force Kraken Slayer, do you like that?
I'm fine with it, especially because like Diana's gonna be diving, Yone's gonna be diving, so you get more HP and you're gonna be autoing a lot. So I think it's fine. I think it's good. It's like not default. What is it default Kindred build? I don't even know what default Kindred build is. I don't know. I trust Mike. I think it's good.
Yeah. At this point, Mike could build even Shroud on Kindred, I believe it. As we are going to be the
Maokai is gonna maybe get picked. Arctic Soul is super wide, but it shouldn't matter. This guy is freaking immortal. He's actually immortal, but Diana does pick up a kill. Rangargle is very low. Oh, Orianna pulls him in to secure him being alive, but he gets flashed on by the Diana, and he's gonna also call it. Orianna falls. Yone is going huge in this fight. Does snap back. Garrett secures one, but can he get the other? Does he have E? He flashes forward. Auto and boom, exploded the Lux. That's a 2-item Ezreal. They did get full tier 1 tower bot lane, and
Oh my god.
that is a very, very strong Ezreal.
Why did you give Garrett Ezreal?
Yeah, and off of this fight, they're just completely opting to just hit Baron, which I very much like.
Look at that CS difference in the bot lane, jeez.
Yep,
He's
up more
about to
than 40.
play Horizon.
No, he's only up 40. He's only up 40.
He's up 42.
We got a while before we get the Flame Horizon, but the Scuttle Crab is step 1. Secure the crab. Heck yeah.
It's beginning. The plan.
Guys, I think Caitlyn's bad. Stop picking it.
Oh, Caitlyn just gets half. Oh my god, wait. Lux actually gets half health by the Ezreal ultimate. That's just Manamune damage to with face.
Oh wow, the E forward misses the Q.
Oh wait,
Maokai's on the flank though. Maokai is on the flank. Ezreal has no E, but he's kind of out of it. That is gonna be. Oh, Yone goes in, gets a lot. Caitlyn falls to 1. There might be a re-engage attempt here with such 1 ATP, but it doesn't look like they're playing for fight.
I think
Caitlyn healed for sustain at the end of that fight just now. That's a little strange, but...
I mean... Better use it early than ever, right?
True. Diana gets a humongo ulti, just one-shots Kindred and Lux, and... Caitlyn is trying to free hit, but she just gets absolutely destroyed by this Diana dive. They're all hitting Maokai. Are they able to find the Orianna? This entire game actually just might be over. Can they push to end? I think if they full commit and then
push
win the...
into inhib turrets and maybe push into Nexus turrets?
I think if they really want to ego it T1 style, they can end if they win the respawn fight, but I'm not sure if they'll opt in for that. Especially with Orianna.
Like, they have no...
With the 0-6 Orianna, though, this is definitely an end angle. They should just march for the end, I think.
They should march for the end? I don't know.
I think they should, but they should prio fight.
Get them on. Kathy doesn't have the heal.
Yeah. Oh, the Soraka ulti comes out a little too late before Sejuani. Or after Sejuani died, unlucky.
I'll be honest, I don't know if that makes a difference for the Sejuani with the Kindred showing up.
Might have been able. Would humongo hit, but the Kindred ulti. And the Maokai did have a TP flank, and the Maokai's behind. We can't see him on screen now. There he is, and he's just completely disrupting. But the Yone on the top side can't see the Yone, but the Yone has killed Orianna off screen. And there might be a flash, just Q3 angle, and Caitlyn is trying to run. Gets clipped by the Ezreal ulti. Can't see how much HP. She's on a sliver of health, if you see on the right side, and now they can march for the end. I believe this game is over.
Yeah.
Kindred down, and this Caitlyn just doesn't have the damage or wave clear.
Garrett is the hero of this play. Kills the Kindred before she can actually get any damage off, and
showing that
cleanup is just easy.
Okay, just getting a replay. That's not a bug. It's a replay of what happened in the top side of the fight, I believe is what the observers were going for. But we do, saw the Yone.
World's easiest pick off on that Orianna.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a push and an end. Lots of spam pings come down on the Diana. I don't think that this champ will make it through draft for game 3.
Oh my god.
Nice by the Metabuskers to tie up this game 1-1.
Oh my god.
We've got a series on our hands. Really well played just by everyone. I think everyone on Metabusters stepped up for that game. You know, Garrett silently doing lots of damage and getting picks on the sideline. Yone getting up in everybody's face. Diana just one-shotting everybody. Cam played so well. And Gnome just doing his job as, you know, the tanky Sejuani, you know? The thankless job, but...
I think the pick ban might be a little bit different this time around.
I think we're gonna see... well, at least things that I want to see. Number 1, no Caitlyn priority. Pick a different AD carry. This champ sucks. Please
I'm
pick
sorry to
else.
say, I think we might get Caitlyn in game 3.
If there's a Caitlyn game 3, everybody just bet all in on the team that doesn't have Caitlyn. All your channel points, put it on the not Caitlyn team. They'll probably win. But,
I gotta whip up my phone right now.
But I think Diana will be a good ban for the side of New York Nutbusters. It looked like they just had no idea how to like punish and shut down this Diana. Even with the Fed Kindred, it just looked completely unplayable with the just the way that Cam was navigating that champion. So yeah, I think the drafts should look a little bit different. The one thing I do expect to stay the exact same is Soraka priority. I expect a B1 Soraka no matter what team picks it, and I don't see either team banning it either.
I think you'll let go of the Kha'Zix bans, honestly.
I think Kha'Zix ban or the Rengar ban. Mike will tell you firsthand that
Never
Rengar is
mind.
okay. Bans are looking the exact same for both teams, 1, 2, 3 on both sides. You know, Soraka pick B1 expected by Mimi. Kathy deciding to go for this Sona. I really like the Sona. I love the Sona. I think Sona is one of the only champions that can beat Soraka in late game, and both of these bot lanes have proven they just want to permascale, and Sona is the best champ to just permascale.
Is Ezreal into Twitch though?
It is Ezreal into Twitch. Garrett just wanting to lock in comfort with the Ezreal, but unfortunately, Will's best comfort pick is Ezreal's worst matchup, so not sure how well that's going to go. Dave does pick up the Kiana, which, reminder for everybody that wasn't watching earlier, was banned game 1. No prio on it was dropped game 2, but it is coming out here game 3. And Thomas just responding with the Lissandra. I like the Lissandra, but I'm not sure how much damage Meta Busters is going to have with like an Ezreal, Lissandra, Sion, Wukong team comp. I'm not completely sold on the amount of damage, but
if Lissandra builds full damage and dives onto Twitch like late game and just blows the Twitch up, I like it. I don't know if we're going to see that.
With the Soraka behind the Twitch, I just don't see any universe where Lissandra can ever one-shot. Even going full Luden's Shadow Flame, there's just no way that he can one-shot. Also, Lissandra is countered by Soraka because you just, wherever the claw on the ground is, you can just put the Soraka silence, and so if Lissandra takes it, then he can't cast any abilities and you just one-shot him. And if he doesn't take it, then his claw is on a 15-second cooldown and he's useless. So it's like, not sold on the Lissandra pick. I think that might be their downfall.
Yeah, that's not the biggest pick in the world.
Yeah, but
round 2 bans are very similar.
Round 2 bans, very similar. No Diana, makes sense, completely understandable. I absolutely blew through them last game, so I get Cam off that pick. Yeah. Bel'Veth, you know, they don't want to see the Bel'Veth. Blinding Sion, you know, which I'm fine with. Both teams have kind of shown that they just want to play a tank top, so counter pick top doesn't really matter because neither team is willing to play like a Fiora or a Gwen or a Camille. So, I mean, if neither teams want to play it, then just give your jungler counter pick. I mean, I completely understand it, especially with Mike picking up Olaf. Mike has said so many times in the past, I'm so sad that they made Olaf a top laner. I love playing Olaf. I wish they would bring him back jungle. Well, you know what? He's just going to bring it back jungle himself. And honestly, it looks like a 1v9 Olaf game. What are they going to do? Stun him? No, it doesn't matter. That guy's just going to run through everything. Wukong respond on 5. It's not a... I like Wukong, but I'm not sure it's enough to... I'm just not sure it's enough to fix the draft. This is the first game where
another carry, honestly. Maybe he picks up Poison or...
I would have liked Cam on a carry as well. I agree. I think this team functions the best when Cam is on a carry jungler like the Diana, as we saw, because, you know, the game 1, Sejuani, even though he performed very well on the Sejuani, he just can't carry on a tank like that. And Wukong, while not as much as a supporting champ as Sejuani, still hard to 1v9, you know, like carry your team as Wukong.
Isn't there so many silences? Soraka silence, Cho silence.
It's
all that CC from Kiana.
It's gonna be rough. This time I even though I gave Metabusters, I thought Metabusters won the first 2 drafts. I think Nutbusters completely have outdrafted this game. I think New York Nutbusters have figured out from the first 2 games what went wrong, what went right, and they have set themselves what I believe to be the highest path to victory. I think New York Netbusters are favored in this game going in.
Russ winning my heart over with the Cho'Gath into the Scion, I think it is one of the most disgusting matchups top lane.
It's pretty hard. If you're gonna counterpick a tank, yeah, it's definitely gonna be rough for Nom, but I think Nom is definitely a player that doesn't have the ego, and he's fine with just going down 50,000 CS if he has to, and just playing Scion and just being that front line.
He is a Scion enjoyer. Well, we're going to get into Game 3 for New York Nutbusters against Mudbusters. First series so far has been pretty crazy.
Yeah, first few games have been pretty nuts. Both 80 carries on the champs that they want to be on and that they won each respective game on, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't worried with Metabusters' low damage team comp and Cam off a carry. I'm not sure how well that's gonna look. I think I would have preferred like a Vex instead of a Lissandra, or just something with a little bit more damage, like a Zoe into the Kiana. I'm not.
I would have loved
sure.
to see Aurelion Sol, honestly.
Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't. That sounds like horrible. That Kiana hits level 4, and that Acel can't play the game if he plays it right. Especially with how good Dave has shown to have mastery over these like assassin champs. I think it could be rough. But
I just like Acel because we already know this game's going late anyways. So you know,
it might. I foresee this game. I mean, last game ended before. Yeah, pretty early, way before Dragon Soul. There was only like 3 dragons taken that entire game.
Okay, so. To be fair, that is a Chemtech dragon. It's not exactly the most.
Hey, but they were fought for. The dragons were fought for though, so.
Not as hard as Game 1 dragons. Actually,
I think the game just ended because they got
the game
buried.
just ended, yeah.
Yeah, but I think. This Olaf just looks so scary, man. Olaf just looks very, very scary. But
ooh, cold topside. Let's go.
Honestly, I respect it.
Oh, we're gonna see a very early
little bit of a bush cheese, trying to just find damage onto the Soraka.
Oh, that was a fat chunk against the Ezreal.
Especially with the Halo Blades that the Twitch had. Early game Halo Blades is definitely going to win out over Conqueror Ezreal. If Ezreal had PTA, it might have been a little bit better, but Cam is looking like he wants to try and sneak into this bush. Maybe? I'm not sure how good the Wukong level 2 ganks are.
They're just going to respect it?
But Mimi is face checking the bush, and that should just be flash burned, which is pretty nice, especially since the fact that she's already low, but Ezreal's health bar is ticking quite low. But they do have that Sona sustain. I mean, Soraka can't heal herself, but Ezreal can be healed up by the Sona, so...
Oh, we're going down the gank top side, and
this is just a very dead Scion. Yeah, this Scion is Omega-Ledon dead.
Best thing the Scion can do here is like pick up 2 stacks for Soul Furnace. That's it.
Yep. You definitely just walk the wave. You don't try and burn flash. You don't do whatever. You just try and get as many minions as you can and come back to lane.
Credit to them. Got 1 minion obtained during passive.
Hey, that's a coal stack. Plus 1 gold.
That's a coal stack. That's 17? Now 18 gold because of gold? Not bad. I don't actually know how much gold a melee gives.
24?
Yeah, I think it changes depending on what point of the game you're at, though.
I think it changes depending on what lane you're in. Because mid lane gives 1 less gold, so it might be 25 for every other role. I don't remember. That's like 20 something. Sorry, mid laners don't have rights anymore. Faker's too good at the game. They just have to keep nerfing their role. Oh well.
Faker, Chovy, BDD.
Dude, they're the goats.
Knight.
Actually, Knight, Yagao.
Yagao.
Bro, don't put disrespect on Yagoat's name.
Who was the Vietnamese mid laner that played Zac mid?
I don't remember. Caps played Zach mid.
Caps played Zach mid, yeah.
Yeah, Caps played Zach mid. Caps played AP second.
Oh, we're gonna have a fight in the river here for the Rift Scotland of all things.
Guys, it's not last year, guys. It's not last season. Scuttle's not worth dying over anymore. That does force the flash from the Wukong.
Yeah.
I mean, the tank Noodle Slap fight is starting to show the wear and tear on their health bars, so we could maybe see like a dive or maybe a solo kill come up in next couple of minutes.
I think Cho's gonna win that matchup so hard, honestly. It doesn't matter what part of the game we're at. The more health Zion gets, the more damage that the E does.
Heavy tradings in the bot lane, really nice.
Not going to wait a Twitch up.
Good skill shot accuracy, but unfortunately does get hit by one Soraka Q, which means that the entire thing is evened up.
I hate playing at Soraka's, I'll be for real.
She is rocking the new Lunar skin, looks very nice, with a nice chroma. Nice silence from Memi. Yep, the silence definitely stuffed that play. Wukong pre-6, having no ulti, there's a lot of time and resources that are being dedicated by Cam into this bot lane, and nothing's really coming of it, and that's allowing Mike to just get up a lot of farm. And not only that, but now Mike is able to find the flank. If he can hit an axe on the Sona, that might be flash needed to be burned, but it's not. Yep, flash is needed to be burned. So they got everything they could want. Trying to turn kill on the Soraka. Soraka's kind of slowly withering herself out with her W's. This is like a very extended strike. Just one-shots him with the Twitch W. That is gonna be just a kill over to the side of Twitch. I did not expect that to do that much damage.
AP Twitch, baby, let's go!
Oh, it is AP Twitch. I didn't even notice that he had a Dark Seal, but yeah. Especially, I mean, I actually like this AP Twitch because of the fact that his jungle and his lane are both 80, so
he only needs to build it early. He can probably go Bork out here, if I'm being honest.
I would like either. If he committed to full AP, I would like it, and if he went Bork, I would also like it. Are
we going to see the legendary Riftmaker Bork Nashor's Tooth build?
Those are definitely like items that he could put in his inventory. What is Cam doing? One-shotting Olaf is what's getting happened, but Cam makes it out alive fine, and Olaf is actually the one to die there. I did not expect that to be how that happened. That is, I mean, pretty good for the side of the Meta Busters though, as long as he doesn't die to his Cam. But he has no smite, but he's looking fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's clutched out.
Alright, overall, Meta Busters, you know, clawing back the lead that New York Memphis had, and also getting a nice
just about evening up the gold. There's like a 300 gold lead, but that can more be explained by just CS difference more than anything. And with the Olaf dying, that actually allowed for Cam to completely catch back up and even surpass Mike in farm. So pretty humongous kill on the Olaf there. It's very, very impactful.
I'm hoping to see a level 6 gank off the Wukong. Please.
Oh, I'm sure he will. He's only ganked like 4 times pre-6. I'm sure as soon as he hits 6, so he'll be salivating for something.
Oh, we got a Rift Herald attempt. But,
I wonder how close Wukong is to hitting 6, because all of his topside camps are up, so...
I mean, he's just gonna do the Rift Herald, and...
Flash comes out and just... Dude, that is full AP Twitch. He does have that blasting wand. That is...
Gotta love Sona being...
That is disgusting.
Sona's one of the squishiest champions in the game, so I saw that one coming, but ouch. Oh my god,
just a complete flip. Mike managed to secure it. Let's see about the post-fight. Olaf did manage to hit 6 from the jungle camps. Yeah, this is just going to be a one fight by the side of New York Nutbusters. I mean, it's what I was talking about before, where it's like, how far was Wukong away from being 6, because all of his topside camps were up, but Mike realized that he was also close to 6 and his topside camps were up, so they just delayed the fight out until he could hit 6, and
they come out big.
Kind of impossible to win as a level 5 Wukong at first Rift Herald. You definitely need to be spiking into level 6 for that, so unfortunate for the side of the Meta Boosters, but let's see how well that Mike and the New York Nutbusters can apply this Herald.
I do see a point in this game where if Noam gets big enough, the Twitch has too many threats to worry about. But I don't know if that matters.
It looks very hard to touch Twitch this game, especially, I mean, they need like a Wukong Lissandra dive with like a Scion ulting, but at the same time there's just an Olaf ripping you apart and a Soraka just trying to make sure that your permits, that you're like, popped off at all times and trying to peel.
Kiana existing in the game is brutal. For anyone who has less than 3,000 health.
Especially since she picked up a kill, so she already has completed her defensive itemization and Merc Treads to just alleviate basically most of the pressure from this Lissandra. So even though Lissandra is up almost 20 CS, hasn't managed to get any plates. Managed to get 1. The Lissandra's up 1 plate, but that's not a very meaningful advantage.
A little bit aggressive there, but I think Lissandra should be fine.
I mean, Lissandra has ulti, so I mean, 1v1 it should be almost impossible for the Kiana to kill Lissandra, but kind of vice versa as well. Heavy trading coming out. The Cho'Gath is forcing the flash out of the Scion.
Yep. So, what do you want to see this Twitch build this game? Because we're seeing the AP build come out.
Yeah, I really like the AP build.
Yeah.
Especially in this game with the fact that you have double 80 topside like mid jungle. So, and it also the thing about AP is the reason why Ezreal versus Twitch is so bad is that Twitch can just come up close. But anyways, that doesn't really matter right now. The Olaf's popping berserk, looking at the Lissandra flash. There was a nice ulti from the Frozen Tombs, trying to look to turn onto the Olaf, but this is a complete split fight. A TP is coming in from Scion. See if Scion ulti, the Twitch manages to get caught in the wake, so Olaf does still have Smite, and his Ghost is coming up, so there might be a fight potential, but Olaf does have no ulti. Cho'Gath is just YOLOing it. He's looking for the steal, but the call should just be to try and kill him. Yeah, the call should just be to kill the Cho'Gath. Yeah, way too early, but the Wukong does fall. So Mike should be able to secure this dragon.
And he's turning on it.
Oh, but ulti from the
looks like
big man. Dragon is secured. Let's see about the post fight. Ghost was popped. Lissandra's taking heavy fire, but ultimate from the Soraka comes down. Olaf is going to eventually fall.
Will's coming back.
Are they going to try and get more? The Twitch has respawned.
I mean, not a lot of damage right now, but the AP is going to kick in.
Does clip the stun, but it is just going to be an out call. So I think eventually it was a 2 for 2, I believe, but Dragon was secured for the New York Nutbusters.
I actually was starting to fight more.
I mean, Gold is dead even. Oh, that's a dead Lissandra. He has ulti, but he has no mana. Oh, is his ulti off cooldown? I can't tell. I think he is on cooldown. Yeah, it's barely on cooldown, so. And he had no flash from that dragon fight, so that's just going to be a free pick for the Twitch.
Twitch is going to get caught here by the Wukong.
Wukong does have no ulti, but does force the flash.
Not bad, but this is just non-stop action.
They are perma fighting right now.
I love this for these two teams.
Yes, I think it's very, very, very fun to watch. But what I was talking about with the AP Twitch versus Ezreal, the reason why Ezreal loses that matchup is because Twitch can get really close to him, and his E, even if he E's, when Twitch is an ulti, he's still in auto range, basically, which means that Twitch, if Twitch is AP, he just walks up beside him, and he basically can just one-shot Ezreal with literally no counterplay other than E and Flash. You have to, like, use both instantly before he gets 5 stacks and presses E, so...
Garrett's very comfortable on this Infinity Force. Triforce, rather. Infinity Force is the Ornn.
The Ornn upgraded item. More meat slaps top. Sona almost getting one-shot by the full Nashor's complete on the Twitch.
Flash is forced out, and they are looking for a gank opportunity, but...
They are looking for this lane gank. I like this lane gank. I think it's pretty smart, and especially with the Wukong coming down and they know the Wukong's here, they should just bait into their jungler and just here comes the Olaf ready to rip them apart with the Soraka healing coming out. Soraka does manage to fall, but Olaf's gonna get traded for, or with the Wukong.
Oh, Kiana's
now here. Kiana has ulti, he's gonna manage to push both of them, but Cleanse comes out from Ezreal, and that is gonna be a 2-for-1 for the side of the New York Nutbusters.
Just gonna get out.
So Sion has just resorted to proxying. Honestly, I like this. There's not much you can do against the Cho'Gath at this point in the game. The Cho'Gath has full completed Mythic, and he just beats you anyways. So might as well just try and proxy a little bit. And oh, Garrett is just gonna
Oh wait, hold on.
Can he maybe one-shot him? Nice, well played by Garrett, landing all the Qs that he needed to land.
The Triforce value coming in with the health as well.
Very, very high value. He definitely needed every inch. He definitely needed every inch. This should just be a free kill. There is no...
No.
Very sad. Nom is going to unfortunately fall there, but I mean, Cho'Gath didn't get a stack because he didn't have ulti, and you get the entire wave anyways, so it's not a very bad death. It's not a very impactful death, I guess is the way that I would word it.
Joe loves gold. Wait, he... I almost hope he'd auto the tower because he might have actually taken it there.
Probably no kill threat on this guy. Oh, very nice. Nice knockup.
Yeah, that basically secures the tower there. Because Wukong can't stick around anymore with the Olaf coming in.
Wukong is looking like he wants to get dove. I think I see a TP coming in on the top lane from the Sion. Cameron's not up there, but yeah, Sion did TP top. So that does mean that there's definitely not going to be a tower taken. Kiana looking for a one-shot here. Lysandra's like Lysandra's egoing it and not using...
Ooh, the flash?
Decided to flash instead of ulting. I find that very strange. Maybe it's a spectator bug or something. No, but she should have it. I don't know why she wouldn't. She's fighting this fight. You're just gonna get one shot by Olaf. You need to ulti yourself, and she just dies with ulti up. Very unfortunate. And yeah, Olaf is just gonna run the train and get the double kill on the mid and jungle of Meta Busters. I really am very confused as Thomas's decision making around his ultimate in that fight and the Kiana fight before. If he had a little bit more health, and by a little bit I mean a lot, like if he just insta-ultied to Kiana and just walked away, then I think that fight plays out very different, but...
Well,
did decide to opt into the Leandries. I guess, you know, lots of HP builders, so I understand it.
I understand it.
Oh, the axe does land. Oh, the flash R from the Kiana. Completely griefed, but it doesn't matter. He is going to trade 1-for-1. Shut down onto the Sona, but I mean, you just have to laugh off that ulti if you're Kiana, but way overextended for Mike here.
2 picks as well.
This could be a potential solo kill with ulti from the Cho'Gath. If Cho'Gath wants to dive, I think it's worth the dive to force the flash out. That's completely fine.
Small victory in the mid lane for New York Nutbusters, but Nutbusters come in huge in that engage play. You will trade support for mid and jungle.
For fed mid jungle, oh yeah, every day, and you get first trade.
Okay, trade off.
It is Hexel.
Oh, you're gonna pick the Cho'Gath here as well.
Yeah, Cho'Gath staying a little bit, maybe able to trade 1-for-1, but doesn't get low enough to execute. So Nutbuster's kind of fumbling this lead.
Massive in this fight, dude. How many kills is he going to land?
Garrett just showing why he is so proficient at this Ezreal champion. He's just very good, but Mike is having none of it. He's just Ragnaroking straight in, but Rumour's Olaf, it really doesn't last if you're not hitting, so they're going to have to just kite out.
He's still going.
This Twitch could be potentially in danger.
That's my go.
But yeah, nice flash from Cam is just going to secure the kill on Will, and
they're even going off. Oh, that's another pick as well.
That's going to be another pick onto Olaf, and this game is just spiraling completely into the side of Metabusters. Like pick after securing Dragon, just New York Nutbusters looking for plays that are just not there and overstaying.
This Ezreal has landed so many Qs in every fight. I don't. There's no angle here.
Oh yeah, Garrett is coming up huge in this game 3. He is.
I'm gonna say it again. Why did you give Garrett Ezreal?
I mean, I guess they assume just because, you know, the Twitch it would be bad, but Garrett's proving that he doesn't care about your bad matchups.
It's like every game this guy gets Ezreal, you just see almost like perfect plays. Like, is he running a script? I don't think he is, but is he?
There might be a chance. He's a little inhuman at times.
He is a robot though. Gotta love it.
So we have transitioned into the 20-minute part of the game, which means Baron is on the map. I don't think either of these teams really need to look for an early Baron, so I assume for real,
I don't think Baron gets touched until 30 minutes.
I would agree. I don't foresee either of these teams.
If any team takes it, it's probably going to be New York Nutbusters because they have the Twitch.
I mean, just because the Twitch is AP, it means that the Baron take is a little bit slower, so I think the only way Baron gets touched this game is just around like a pick. Like somebody needs to get picked first. But no might be the pick that I was talking about. Ragnarok not coming out yet.
Ezreal's showing up here. This is they need to leave. Or like, you know, TP
comes up for Diana, but try and look for somebody other than the Scion. Here's not coming up. But the nice ulti from the side of New York Nutbusters, Kiana, and they're just shredding through everybody.
Kiana CC there when it I mean, Will picks off Ezreal on the bottom side of the river, and that's all of your damage gone with Metabusters, so.
Yep. The Twitch is definitely...
Well, goodbye, Twitch. At least Twitch was on Baron.
Yeah, the Twitch needs to definitely be marked before fights like this as Metabusters, because... Or if he's not marked, you just need to make sure that your Ezreal is not in a position like that, so it's just like, it was a really scrappy, unlucky fight for the side of Metabusters. They thought they had like a good turn after Nom got caught, but unfortunately Twitch walking up invisible, if Ezreal was allowed to free hit that entire fight, I think that fight looks very, very, very different, but the only consultation they really get is this bot tier 1, which it's something in the face of a Baron.
I like it. The way to attack Baron is to just take away all the minions so push becomes delayed and harder. Like you can see in the mid lane, they have pushed in a wave. That means that mid lane is no longer an angle of attack. Top lane tower would definitely fall. I'm not sure about this ulti from the Wukong.
I mean,
it's Divine Thunder.
Burning his cooldowns, but I think that 2 items Cho'Gath is a little too big, but here comes Helm trying to save the day. There. Is there any kill threat? I don't think so.
No, but, you know, hey, you stop the tower from going down, there's something, right?
Yeah, momentarily at least, but did manage to get Cho'Gath flash, so that's a small victory in the top side. They definitely should just give this dragon and just focus on pushing out these waves. because of the fact that the enemy team does still have this Baron, and you can't contest the Dragon anyways, so I do like this call. Go for a steal with Ezreal ulti, you know, whatever, but they definitely should not look to fight this.
They're just hanging around. This is gonna be a repeat story, honestly.
I mean, this could just be a solo. This could just be a solo kill.
No, it definitely is. No, it has no ulti angle out, so
he does have to flash.
That's unfortunate.
But yeah, with the push that they're getting from these Baron minions, they're just invading jungle and taking camps, trying to accelerate this Olaf a little bit more. But
I mean,
I don't foresee much
you don't need
happening
anywhere
anymore.
on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Twitch being a champion in the League of Legends, I think you just build tank on this Olaf now.
For sure, I agree.
You have one function, and it is to be an annoyance to the enemy and dive into them, so that their team fight becomes much scrappier. Oh, speaking of scrappier, they're just gonna dive Nullum here again. Like my poor man.
He is able to ulti out and maybe even find a solo kill, but does manage to get the flash out of Dave. Yeah. I don't think that flash was necessary. I don't think he would have died.
I think he would have. If he lets Nullum fully charge that Q and land that CC, that's a dead Kiana. But with only one person defending this turret, it might just be going down here. Oh, no, hello, Garrett.
Just need to make sure that they don't get dove. Garrett is not allowed to get dove and die here. That'd be really, really bad. But Sona is here trying to heal everybody up, but Soraka ulti does come down, and Olaf is getting DPS by this Ezreal. Ezreal might be able to find a pig, but Sion did fall quite a while ago, duking out in zombie form as the tier 2 top falls, but Wukong is taking a turret on the bottom side of the map. I'm not sure if he needs to he might need to recall sometime soon, or his base might lose. I don't think the tier 2 tower is losing the game. Looks like there's an engage onto Lissandra. Lissandra does not manage to get her ulti out. I guess she was chain CC for the entire time, but yeah, these Lissandra ultis are not coming out, very unfortunately. So looking like they might try and push for an end, but instead they decide to opt into just hex gating out and defending the Wukong push. But
I mean, if the Wukong gets tier 3, nope, never mind. Teleport comes out, so you'll take that. But like Metabuster's losing out on the play there. Not ahead on the schedule.
Yeah, the Thomas Lissandra ultis are just really unfortunate this game. I think if he stalled a little bit, like if he managed to stall with his ulti by just ultiing himself, then maybe they could have had enough time to like convert into a full tier 3 tower, and maybe he could have like had enough time to like stall for cooldowns and live, or get a Zanya's off and stall for even more time, but I guess he was just perma-CC'd the entire time.
Show gap silence is 2.5 seconds.
Just wasn't able to get it off. Very, very unlucky.
Yeah.
Next Baron does spawn in another minute, so I assume that if you're New York Nutbusters, you kind of just want to start next Baron, but not flash engage, but it does draw the Twitch flash, but it's going to take a lot of damage for that, but
I think you'll take it, honestly. Twitch not having flash is massive.
It's pretty big, but Wukong is really your only like main super ultra hard engage. Like, yeah, Sion,
My ultimate.
Yeah, Sion ultimate's a lot harder to land on a backline target compared to Wukong.
Maybe they feel comfortable with trusting in Lissandra E ulti.
Maybe. But I think it's about an even trade. Both teams are probably fine for that.
Well, we're back in the wolf. So, how's your day been? Doing
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm just curious as to what item this Lissandra's gonna go third. It's looking like she wants to go Death Cap, maybe?
Could be Shadowflame.
So, she could also be Shadowflame, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think if Metabusters want to win this game, then Thomas definitely needs to step up and find some good Lissandra angles. onto Twitch. But I could see it being pretty difficult, honestly. Kiana picks up the Knight's Edge, or Edge of Night.
Edge of Night, yeah.
So, Spell Shield there, Olaf on 3 items, lots of 3 items on the side of NYNB.
The win on MetaBuster side has to be a group effort. Everyone has to like play for Garrett as much as possible. They have 1 damage.
Oh yeah, for sure. Garrett needs to pop off, hit every few. They should definitely.
That's soul point.
Hard
They're getting soul point for Garrett. Actually,
I mean, they definitely just have to. They just have to see which side NYNB was going to go to first, and then just try and trade whichever one that they didn't want to do. So. I saw they were.
Needs to crack open the base. They cannot leave the near Nemesis base unsullied. Oh, this is a chase down. They're going to try to catch the 4-man unit here. The Zone is just going to the back.
Yeah, it looks like nothing will come of this.
Back to my flowers and roses.
Yeah. Is Archangel's on Sona still good?
Yes.
I thought it was like bad.
Sona just has mana problems, so you fix that by building Archangel. I mean, what item would you suggest?
Wouldn't you just sit on a tier?
I mean, you could sit on a tier, yeah.
And just build like other enchanter items?
Kindle Gen builds into a lot, so.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of support items got reworked though, right? So they don't.
Like, a lot of them still build out of Kindle Gen.
Yeah.
Like,
I know just like most of them build out a Lifewell Pendant now.
Well, yeah, I think Pendant and Kindle Gem build into Redemption.
I would like a Redemption here, actually. I would really like a Redemption.
Really good, so.
I would really like a Redemption.
I like Redemption. Does it build into Mikhail's Crucible anymore? Or did they take the health out of Mikhail's? I forgot. It was one of the two. They took out either the health or the AP out of Mikhail's. But I like Mikhail's too.
I'm not sure. I think Mikhail's is not very valuable for Meta Busters. Like, you have Kiana stun. That's kind of it, though.
I think it's valuable only because if in any situation Garrett gets caught, you can Mikhail's him, and he has more of a fighting chance against a Kiana engage. Or like,
maybe.
You know, any CC.
Yeah. Garrett did just complete his Shirelias, which is pretty big. The 3-item Ezreal is definitely where you want to be.
So
looking like they're trying to go for a pick on Dave here.
They're probably just scouting Dave,
but, yeah. Looking like they're calling it off.
What do you think 4-fight on Ezreal looks like? Because there were fears back in the last season of MetaBusters that 4th item Ezreal would become the Bork slot, essentially.
I would not do that, but I don't know. Maybe it could be okay.
It's what we did, if I remember correctly. Like what we settled on as a Ezreal 4th item. And obviously, like, this is backroom talk, but
yeah,
this is where we are at in this game. What are we gonna get? An engage? Ha! Oh, yeah. Actually.
I mean, it's just gonna be a disengage. Nothing will come from that.
Dang.
I actually have no idea what this 4th item is going to be. Usually, I like going Ravenous, but maybe Bork.
I'm hoping Ravenous too, actually, now that you mention it.
Maw for this Twitch. If the Twitch is the main problem for Ezreal, which both of his deaths are to Twitch. Yeah, it's AP Twitch.
Damage.
Oh, is it all true damage?
I thought it was all true damage, yeah. Because what?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it like just the passive?
No, but like the poison tick does true damage, but like the burst does magic damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the damage like per second I think is all like that's true damage, but I think like the E, like the burst, I'm pretty sure that's all magic damage. So I think a Maw could be pretty good.
Oh no, it's visible.
Invisible? Oh, okay. Those aren't easy. Twitch is one shot by that guy, by the Wukong, and they're gonna find double kill on him.
Yeah.
Okay, so Garrett's just carrying in the back, but Cam carried in the front, so Olaf is just secluded 1v1, trying to find a pick on the Lissandra, but he is fighting for his life. Garrett does manage, he does fall to the Scion, and that's just going to be an ace.
I think this might be an ending. Also, I have to make a correction.
Looks like they're riling Dragon over walking mid lane, which is fine. You know, deny soul just in case you can't end, because you definitely can't end here, I don't think. So just deny soul is better.
Yeah, that's good. I must make a correction. Twitch does indeed do magic damage for each stack of deadly venom on the target.
Okay.
But it means that like you only have 2 sources of damage, right?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm fine for whatever Garrett wants to build. I trust.
Also, I did not notice, but the Twitch's W has an AP ratio on the slow.
On the slow, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
So it does look like he is curving into the board that you were talking about.
Yeah, that was my fear. I'm hoping that he just doesn't remember what Ravenous builds into.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that Vampire Scepter becomes a Ravenous. But
I fear for the worst, but
I mean it's not the worst, right?
It's not.
And it makes you duel well into Olaf, but
especially if he wants to auto attack a lot with his Triforce and stuff, I could see it. This is just a super dead Soraka, which
the only
is definitely
mobility. So.
Yep, this is just going to be a startup on the Baron, and without Soraka on the table, I find it very hard to see how
Twitch is unseen.
Could fight this.
The Twitch is unseen. Garrett
Soda does get one shot though. Garrett's alive, and the Twitch is being gone on by the Silence. Twitch is gonna fall, but
Garrett has to carry this.
Garrett. Yep, we just need a kite out. I think this is just an out moment. As long as Garrett doesn't die, it doesn't matter.
Garrett is the poke that Metabusters need right now.
We just need to make sure he doesn't play too aggressive. Soraka did respond. He's kiting. Oh, get out!
I have faith in
the fight is so split.
The fight is just
now. This is just an out. Everybody get out on both teams. And he lived on 1 health, 1 HP.
This is why Garrett's my go, honestly. That is your play is ridiculous.
That's nuts.
And somehow no one dies.
Yeah, and everybody's okay. I honestly expect just resets. I expect everybody to reset and say, okay, we're hitting Baron again. I assume we're about to see it
again.
I think it's time for round 2.
Oh, we're doing it again. Okay, but Kiana ulti is up. That's right, the champion's timer is disgusting. So we're just back to square one.
Yep. The only difference is that Soraka is alive for this entire thing, so Soraka is not caught like last time, so...
You know what? No, I'll be the contrarian. Are you sure about that one?
Well, Kiana ult goes super wide, it's really bad. TP comes in from the Scion, they're engaging on top of the Olaf.
Oh my god, the Scion just found an angle into the Soraka backline.
And Soraka does get her ulti out.
No,
it gets absolutely blown up. But the Olaf is just healing 1,000 HP per second. He's absolutely tearing through this fight. But Garrett is still alive.
Oh my god, we're right back to square one!
And I feel like I've seen this movie before. I think we're watching a replay, except this replay has Ezreal getting chased down. I want to see the Ezreal and the Olaf, not the 2 tanks.
The 2 tanks is actually kind of interesting here.
I mean, that guy's just dead. He's gonna get no. Oh, I guess he doesn't.
No.
Nice dodge. But
there's no Feast, and he's under turret.
But Feast is coming up, but they need to be careful. Ezreal just needs to not get hit by an axe. Don't get hit by an axe. Don't get hit by an axe. Oh,
he got hit by an axe, but he's also under turret and he has flash.
He has flash. He has flash. He's on flash, and he finds the pick on the Olaf. They're potentially.
Oh my god! It's just a 4-4-4.
But that does mean that Olaf just died, so he's on a 50-second respawn timer, and Wukong just respawned. So with Wukong respawning, I think this is round 3, but no Olaf. Which means that as long as it's Kiana can't find a pick onto Ezreal, they should just be completely chilling and potentially can just take this Baron. Yeah, Olaf's not up for another 25 seconds, so...
You don't even need Garrett to be there, but he's going to be. Yeah, that's just Baron over. Alright, nice. So, Meta Buster is just...
The really important thing about this is, though, is New York Nutbusters are setting up for this Hexal that spawns right now, so Meta Busters need to realize that and not base. I don't think that Garrett is allowed to base. Garrett's
already based. I think it's gone anyways. Yeah, no. It's... Wait,
he completed his port, I guess. So, don't get one-shot by that thing.
Kiana's dead.
Yeah, Kiana's one-shot,
they don't have the damage to super.
Yeah, and with Cam just threatening the snipe fight, this could be huge. Cam manages to steal it. They smite it early, but it's okay because they got feasted by the Cho'Gath, so let's just see the post-fight. Twitch is just one-shot. Garrett is able to finish on this Cho'Gath. Yeah, for sure, especially with the fact that they just secured the Baron. That's 2 picks for this. That's 4 picks actually for the side of Meta Buster. So that should just be an end through bot lane, I think. Enormous wave. Olaf's the only one who can defend, and I don't think that Olaf can actually just 1v5 like this. Not into the Sona.
Kiana's up in 20 seconds. If they have one opportunity, and that is finding somehow a miracle ulti onto Ezreal.
Even then, I think Ezreal could die, and Silent could just hit towers. You have to Silent just gonna ulti kill everything. Silent is just gonna end the game, even if everybody would magically fall over and die.
No way.
So Meta Buster is actually turning it around off the back of Garrett's performance, Garrett and Cam mainly performance, and just winning this game no matter how bad it looked throughout the early game. Amazing performance. Well played to the side of the Meta Busters. I cannot believe that they won, actually.
3 Baron fights back to back to back, and
that was nuts.
Oh my god, how did he live all 3 times?
I want to see can the observer show damage charts? That guy, I want to see how much damage Ezreal did that game. I don't know if that's possible.
I'm looking up his op.gg right now.
Yeah, I want to see the damage stats from that. That was wild. That was wild. But
ranked flex. Oh my god, this guy's been playing so much flex.
Well, it was a custom game, so it's not going to show up on OPGG.
Is it not? Damn.
Yeah, because it's a custom, unfortunately.
I gotta look see if I can find it here.
Who would you want? Like, who do you think the series MVP of that?
Oh, definitely Garrett, dude.
Definitely Garrett.
Dude, the Ezreal player. Why did they give it to him twice?
Twice in a row. 2 Ezreal games back to back. He was a little invisible on the Caitlyn, but so was Will in game 2. So I mean,
he is a known Ezreal comfort pick and
but the Ezreal just popped off. You know, I completely agree with Garrett winning MVP. I think Cam actually is also good, but
Dina's saying you guys do game by game, not series.
Oh, we do game by game MVP?
Yes, sir.
Actually, I still think it's Garrett for game 2-3.
Well, for game 3, I would agree. Game 2, I think, was Cam MVP. Cam MVP, the Diana performance was.
Oh yeah, the Diana
very good. Yeah, Garrett was good in the back foot of game 2. He played well, but the Diana just completely blew open the entire game.
Trade deal. Cam game 2, Garrett game 3, and then we just need to figure out game 1 after.
I'm trying to remember game 1. That was like an hour and a half ago.
Game 1.
Trying to remember.
I think.
What was everybody playing? Can somebody pull up the draft? Can observers pull up draft for me real fast?
I think it's Will.
Or wait, hold on. I'll
I
just
think
go
we have to
into
give Will on a Twitch
season. Hold on.
because
just let me open. Where is it? Where are drafts? I'm trying to
I
draft
don't know.
links
Where
right
are
now.
drafts?
Okay.
Do you wanna,
Okay.
do
He
you wanna use your
pulled it up.
drafts?
He pulled it up.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, that's not game. That's game 3. Hold on. I'm gonna pull.
This is game 3, but the Twitch is still there, and I am obligated to say it's Twitch. I'm obligated
so
to say
it
either
was
Twitch
the it was the Soraka Twitch Katarina Poppy Rek'Sai draft. I mean
again,
gosh,
we just can't give Dave Katarina, right? But still.
Yeah, the Dave Katarina was beyond wild. Like dropped like 18 kills, was behind in the early game, looked a little tough, but I mean he got the quadra kill. Like
Yeah. I think like you can make a case for Will or Dave. I think Dave's case is stronger though, so I'm going with
I think I would also give it to Dave. I would give it to Dave, Cam, and Garrett.
I gave it to Dave just because they gave him Katarina.
I give it to him because he dropped like a 20 bomb and came back from a horrendous deficit in the early game.
I will say piloting a Katarina as well as he did is not easy.
Especially in 5s. Very impressive in 5s.
Also against 2 point-and-click CCs.
Yeah, the Pantheon Sejuani, it looked really rough at the beginning of that game, but
yeah,
he managed to turn it around. I agree. I think it's Dave game 1, Cam game 2, Garrett game 3.
All right.
But and because this was like a post-game review, I guess, is a VOD review. Technically, the players are not here, so no, I don't think we have a opportunity for a
do you want? We could probably go look
interview.
For
It's not as impactful, I don't think, because it's not like just after the game. So
I mean,
but,
yeah.
But
we could.
Yeah, we could, but also I think that we're gonna have a small interlude, and then Mason and Noam are going to be casting Andromeda versus who?
Andromeda
Spectres. Yeah, Andromeda Spectres, because that's coming up in I think 30 minutes. 45 minutes. What time are they starting? Oh, they're starting later. They're starting at 8. Yeah, they're starting a little later. So in about an hour. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
I ain't even gonna pretend like I'm not biased. I hope Spectres wins.
Yeah.
I am on that team, so.
You know, I think if I have to give my prediction, I think that Spectres will win also. I have faith in Spectres.
I mean, so far we've seen that the predictions at the beginning of the season on the State of Scrims podcast have rang true, so.
Yeah, they were very accurate last season.
Jesus Christ, don't remind me.
So, yeah, I think that's going to be all from us. Thank you for everybody that was watching in Twitch chat. Stick around, or come back, I guess, in an hour to see Andromeda versus Spectres. Really interesting game, and it'll be cast by Nom and Mason. So yeah, appreciate y'all for coming out for this rebroadcast. Very well played to the two teams. Exciting match.